so to say. And yeah, it was pretty much raising 7 out of 10 hands day one, either 2 betting or 3 betting, but also folding a lot when people re-raised him when he just opened. So then in the end of the session he lost 3 huge pots and more or less stacking off, and he bought in for the most money, so it was quite a big loss that night, around 4,000 euros.
Wow. But hopefully it brings him now back to the table with more action to win back these chips what he have lost.
Yeah, I think it would be good for his confidence. I'm guessing we're going to see him more both Saturday and Sunday as well. So, I mean, we don't want one person to lose all every day, so it would be nice to balance it out even for him.
Exactly.
I guess.
So we can see that Henry have found himself on seat number 4, Ace King now, and Aro have King Jack suited.
We have Mark opening to 75 with 8-7 of clubs. Can't unfortunately see Igor's card, but he has called, and Aro makes it 330 with also clubs, but King Jack.
So actually Henry folded that hand. Interesting.
Back over to Igor with the hidden cards. Seems to be having the cards very far in front of him. That's maybe why the plate isn't detecting his cards. So we have 770 to the flop, and we see Aro flopping top pair on a King 9-5 board with 2 diamonds.
Interesting know what Igor might have behind him at the moment.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. It's been like this for the 2 evenings we've been sitting here. Sometimes we've seen the cards and often it's been combination, so we're guessing one hand and seeing the other.
Wow, the bet 500 shows a strength, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it possible that the cards were mistaken and Igor actually have Ace King?
Ah, you mean that we saw the wrong... Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it doesn't sound reasonable that Henry would have folded Ace King.
So I would say Aro is in a problem, in trouble at the moment.
If
But
we
there's
assume
still
you're
outs.
right, then definitely, yeah. Aro actually picks up a gut shot with a queen on the turn. A 10 on the river would make him a straight, but
I don't
also
see him
make
folding.
Igor a higher straight if he has a... Or no, sorry.
No, he
wouldn't
won't
make
have a
higher
straight actually,
obviously,
yes.
but if he has Ace King, it would put him in a tough spot.
But I see him raising here a decent amount actually. No, but actually Igor checked the Ace King. We think at least that.
I guess we just have to wait and see if it actually is an Ace King. It doesn't feel like that when he checks the turn.
Shout out to all the guys who are watching us from twitch.tv. Want to say hello to Karl Aru. Nice to have you watching the game. The pot is already 3.9k with the river 5. So both had actually king. No.
Yeah, we actually have Ace King on Igor.
So Igor
just
actually
like
had King Jack and Aro had Ace King. So it showed us a little bit, the picture showed us different. So Aro is taking that pot. And pretty decent first pot to be honest. 5.9k. But it was a tough spot to fold for
confusing to
Igor.
follow this hand though when we didn't know who had what, and then in the end it ended up being the other way around anyway. Hopefully we'll get this sorted. It's like we start over every time we sit down. And in the when we pick up the technology until the end of the stream, we have to shut down.
Also, big shout to Gregor Greitsberg. Nice to have you with us.
Father Pace is back. Fire graphics guy, says Value Race. Well, maybe we should fire the table. I think it's more down to the table than the graphics guy. For some reason, you see the gray squares where the players should place the cards. Those squares should actually pick up the cards even if they're not placed exactly on it, but sometimes they don't. And we've seen that with the flops as well. Sometimes we lose out the card on the flop and it ends up on the turn in the graphics later. But somehow we'll try to follow the gameplay as good as possible. Anyway, Jussi puts in a race to 75 with 5-3 of hearts and picks down. No, Uno falls. Okay. Graphics again showed a win.
Yeah, already let guys know to fix it up. So again, it showed that Henry have King Queen hearts. Henry folded. I'm pretty sure actually the guard should be maybe Unos if he's in the game. Makes sense, King Queen. So as I heard already, the fix have been done. So in the next 10 minutes it should be fixed and we will have a nice correct graphics. Patience, guys. That's what I like to call it. So who's watching us from cashgamefestival.com or some other sites, then you're free to join twitch.tv/cashgamefestival. There's a chat where you can also discuss hands with us, give some advice and be in the action. So you're welcome.
We'll also post some links now in the chat for you to follow us on other social web pages.
Get all the latest action going on downstairs, upstairs.
The more followers the Cash Game Festival has on social media, the better events we can do in the future when more and more partners want to join in, when they see how popular it's becoming. It's been growing for every event so far, and next year we're expecting to move out from Estonia. We're gonna
The tour is coming, yes.
Yeah, we're not leaving Estonia totally. We're definitely having at least one stop there, but as far as we've heard, we are planning London in February, March. Dates will be released soon, and after that we have Malta in the early summer. Then there is another summer destination, as far as I've heard.
It's a secret, as I have heard.
Yeah, after summer, and in the end of the year, around this time, we're back to Tallinn. So
hopefully see some same guys on the tour also.
Anastasia, yeah, she was playing the 2-2 table earlier on. Her first live sit down, as far as we've heard, and she will definitely not be joining this table, but who knows if she shows up on some of the lower tables later this weekend. I'm sure the sponsor Olibet would love to see her play more.
Of course, I had an interview with her after the game also. She said well, she actually had some fun and haven't played much live cash for herself, more in online, but she would love to come back to Cash Game Festival, and hopefully we'll see her in the tour also. So Aro have picked up pocket of 8s here.
As far as we think, at least.
Yes, actually I don't think it's fixed maybe, so let's see.
But we can't do more than read what we see at the moment, so.
Estonian champ. Blinds are 10.25, so we are in for high stakes cash game.
More or less every player is sitting with 3,000 euros or more. Mike says that we would love to see Anastasia as well, with a little smiley face or a smiley after. I'm sure you guys would do, and even some of the female viewers as well. I think it's always fun if the tables are mixed, both in age and gender.
Of course.
So it's not only the stereotype of online young kids sitting and playing.
Sure. Can say against Igor that he had been playing for a long time poker. He's quite a famous player in Estonia, I'm pretty sure. He managed to kick out me in Estonian championship.
Okay.
So it was quite tough to go play against him actually. We have some rats here maybe, or I don't know. Things.
Something is definitely running around in the commentator booth. Something hairy. When was the Estonian championship?
Estonian championship was this year. It was on April. Next year, I'm pretty sure it will be same April, maybe early late March. So every
And it
year
was here
the
at the
favorite.
Olympic as well?
Yes.
Is
So
it played there next year too, or is it? I've heard that more and more events are going to move to the new Hilton, maybe.
Yes, but I'm not sure Hinton will be ready earlier. I think it's getting ready at the end of the year. That's when Cash Game Festival will come back from the tour and does the first Cash Game event there also.
I don't think it's that bad. Like, I've been to so many events throughout the last 5 years, and I actually still prefer even if they're small casinos and not always the most modern ones. I think it still has its charm more than a conference room at a hotel. I think, as long as a festival doesn't outgrow the casino, I don't think there is always or the event does outgrow the casino. I don't think there is always a necessity to move. I don't know.
That's true, but Hilton will be the biggest new casino, so like the hotel where the casino will be made also. So I think everybody are waiting that, because a bigger casino means bigger events coming in, and we will see if it suits for the next time. It will stay for sure. So yes, we did miss the last hand where eights went against queens. Thank you Estonian champ for that. That's why I love that you guys are on Twitch giving us some information what we can't see maybe. And now we have pot 525 marked with jack 8 with a flop 10 jack queen.
Do you know where Uno is from? Is he local as well?
Mark?
No, Uno.
Uno. I actually don't know about Uno. Can say that Mark is a old guy playing poker. Young guy, but playing poker for a long time now. He was actually helping the first two events of Cash Game Festival. He was also managing the stuff there. And the turn 8 brings two pairs to Mark. See some action here. Both players check the flop.
Very
Let's see.
interesting turn.
What happens on turn?
I think there are a lot of combinations in Uno's hand that could hit straight there.
And Uno fires up. Mark calls, of course. Pretty sure he will check on the river as he did. Let's see if Uno will fire up. Yes, sorry for that. Shows that Mark have jack of hearts and the flop have jack of hearts. Hopefully it's not that. Mark actually folded for the Uno's bet 600, so we're not 100% sure that the graphics are correct, as we just see that it's not correct. So hopefully we get it fixed soon, as we already heard that it will be fixed in the next 5-10 minutes.
And the reason we know that is because we're on a 15-minute delay.
Exactly.
So the players are 15 minutes ahead of us, and we are watching the action as we speak to you.
Wow.
So we don't know what's happened out there beforehand.
What a fact from Estonian champ. He watched the Super High Rollers cash game from Canada in YouTube, and on that game the flop came down with ace queen queen, and both of the queens were
I actually remember that.
same suite. So
I think they even, if I don't recall it wrong, I think they even finished the hand, and someone that was not involved in the hand mentioned that. But didn't you have the same card as, yeah. And then they had to check the muck, and yeah, they noticed that there was two of the same. And it was a newly opened deck, so that just shows that cards that arrive in plastic can
Wow.
be,
so
excuse my expression,
it's a
but
mistake,
fucked up.
but can happen with anything. For the information, Anjo, the last hand Mark did not call the river 600, and we're sure that he did not have Jack 8. But Bjorn, we are commentating here first time now together.
Yeah, together it's first time actually.
Tell me more about poker for yourself. Are you a player or?
No, I wouldn't say I'm a player. I've been working with poker for at least 5 years now, running my own webpage in Sweden up until this year. And from actually start of next week, I think, or at latest by the beginning of next year, I'm going in a slightly new direction I can't mention now. But the webpage is pokerskull.com, and also on Facebook it's called Pokerskull Sverige, Pokerskull Sweden. So if anyone wants to follow and check it up, it would be nice, with some follows there as well. But yeah, I've been roughly going to maybe 15 live events every year for 4 or 5 years, and doing different assignments, either updating my webpage or working as freelance and doing live reporting, photography, all different things. But I have quite much time at the events, either after the days or 3 days off, to both play cash games and a bit lower buy-in tournaments.
Okay.
How about you?
Basically the same. Like, I have played poker for when I got 18. I have to say that. From that day, I've been playing poker semi-times, like on and off. Mostly I like to play online tournaments, but also participating different live events. But cash game, just with friends. But last year I actually played, this year the last cash game festival, I played for the TV table also. Survived there for 15 minutes, and that was it. 500 euros minus, so was an interesting day for me. But on tournament wise, yes, live and online have had some hits, and now we can see that the card deck is being changed. Hopefully it will fix our problem also.
Yeah, I guess like with all cards, after a while, what viewers might not know is there is chips in the inside of the card, and that's why the small boxes feel the cards. So I guess after shuffling for a few days, they can get a bit messy, or maybe some chips lose their strength. I don't know how it works, but
Definitely.
as we've heard, the technology should catch up with us here, and we just saw the deck change. That
Also,
happened
guys,
15 minutes ago, so probably that's what solves our issue.
exactly. And also, guys, there's our first question. What I would like to know from our viewers: what do you think this card deck, what we use for technology, they have a chip inside them? Give us your thoughts. What do you think it pays? So, what is the cost of that card deck? Let us know the answers in twitch.tv chat, and let's see who gets the nearest.
Do we actually know this?
I know that.
Oh, I didn't even know, so I can guess.
You can guess also, yes.
Okay.
So it comes with 2 packages, so you can change the cards from first package.
Okay, so how much is 2 decks of cards actually?
Yes. So the one is 2 decks of cards.
With chips. You know, good decks of cards are worth, but with chips.
Estonian champs goes for 200 euros.
I was just about to say 200, 100 per deck, so I can't say that now. Ah, Estonian champ stole my number. I don't like you. 200, 100 each. I'll go for 160, 80 euros per deck.
160.
160 for a pack.
So Bass is saying $1. Not sure that that's correct.
Maybe from the factory in China, but not what we pay for them.
Exactly. And also shout out to Villu Raul Maidla. Thank you for watching us.
So how long are we gonna run this little guessing contest?
Let's
Another
see.
few minutes?
Hopefully some more answers coming in. If it stops, of course I'm gonna say the answer. The guys, the question again: how much cost that deck? What they're using? It's 2 decks on one package, so you can change the cards from first deck. They have chip inside, so give us your thoughts.
I wish we had something we could give away to the winner.
Have to say that the right answer have not came out yet.
Anyone close?
Yes, I can say that someone is close.
So in 2 minutes, I think that you could say how much off the closest amount is if nobody has got it within the last 2 minutes. Then people can check the chat and see and adapt.
So you were actually the closest
I was?
on Twitch chat. Yes. So
Wow.
160 is the closest.
Oh.
200 is far away from that.
Oh, it's 150. I can't say that. Someone pick 150. That's my guess. Father Pace is going for the whole number.
Far base, that's too long what you're doing. You're way off. And none you have said the right answer. It is 140 euros. Good job, Nanyo.
Good answer. You win absolutely nothing.
You win the shout out for you.
Yeah. That's more fame than we have, at least. The rat is back.
And left the building. Left the room.
Oh, it's actually Rauno coming in and picking up working equipment. So we're 3 here doing the live commentary, and usually when maybe we should say that when you are not sitting in here with either me or Rauno, what do you do outside of this room at the festival?
Doing interviews with players. So anyone who wants to give me interview, please come and look for me. I was doing the same before, going downstairs, see the action there. Didn't get much people to give the interview because everybody was so into the action what was going downstairs. But find some good players. Like I said, previous game that found Madis Müür, famous Estonian player, 4th place on PCA.
Yeah.
Also Mark, who's sitting in the table at the moment, and I can't say that anyone else there. But we have 3 days left. After today, 2 days. There's still time. First day, of course, we did with all the cash gamers also interviews.
And when Rauno is not sitting here, he's more or less organizing a lot of things outside. And myself, I do a lot of the updates and press releases and media posts. So it's not that we're sitting on our asses doing nothing when we're in the room. We are actually occupied for more or less the whole evening and night, all of us, when we're not sitting here commentating.
And of course, I'm hoping that I can find my time at morning times to join the game also.
Yeah, I haven't had time either to sit down or play anything. You play Texas or Omaha? Do you play cash games?
I prefer Texas. Omaha is too much gambling for me, I think. It's hard to fold, I would say, before the flop.
Yeah, it's harder at least.
Exactly.
That's
But
the
with
thing, though.
friends-
That's the thing, though. So many players are playing too many hands in Omaha. Obviously in Texas as well, but I think a common misconception is that you should play more hands in Omaha, but it's almost the other way around. If you like very profitable cash game players in Omaha usually play even less hands than in Texas, I would say.
Really?
I mean, there's
You need to know of course, like, what are the main cards to hit, and you need to have always, I guess, cards suiting each other.
I think the real key to Omaha to learn. I mean, in Texas you can more or less always bluff, and a lot of times you get away with it if you just keep the aggression. I think the key to Omaha, from what I noticed and back in skills, is actually to know when to bluff in Omaha. It's a lot harder to bluff, but if you know the game well, I think it's a big key to winning hands and representing things more than in Texas. If someone doesn't agree with me and my
I would
experience,
say
then
that it's, in my opinion, it's much easier to bluff in Hold'em. I don't know why. Like, yes, of course, actually, to consider how many cards will give you flush and straights in Omaha, then it's easier to bet out top pairs, two pairs, three of a kind.
yeah,
That's for sure. So yeah, you might actually be right. We can see that Aro have hit the full house here with 8-6 against Uno's King Queen. Don't think that he will get any more money in, but the pot is already 2.1k.
I'm surprised, by the way, talking about the 7 deuce competition. I don't know. I don't think I've seen a single 7 deuce hand in the
Me
commentary
too,
booth,
actually.
which is quite strange.
Hopefully the action will come. So you can see that Aro have bet 1.2k, but I don't see Uno calling this. And some questions here. So we have only one back, as far as I know, Estonian champ. Like, one back with 2 decks. And the regular casino card packs, I think they are cheap.
Yeah, I think they're very cheap.
Don't know how to answer Cooler's question. How much is the RFID reader? I don't know what it is. RFID reader.
RFID are the chips in the cards, and the reader reading it. I have no clue either, but it's a technology often used in transportation of goods and stuff.
And chip counts here.
Oh, we should.
Aro have 7.8k. Henry following him with 6.5, and Mark is the bottom one with 2.2k.
So who has chipped up the most? That's the question.
Yes, actually don't know how much did Aro start, but I would say he's up more than 3k. Because I think 5k was the largest pine so
Yeah.
far.
I think so too.
Maybe go and have a shower also.
Mark have raised here with Queen 10 suited. Igor have called with 7-8 suited. Different suits. Thank you, Coolery, for the answer. But yes, like Bjorn already said also that I think we don't know that answer. So we are 3-way on that pot with a 4-6 king on the flop.
150.
Igor have a cut shot there. feeling that Igor will be calling there. That's what he's doing. It's actually pretty hard to get rid of Igor, as I remember from the tournament. He's not giving up easily. And 9 on the turn gave him more outs. 11 outs for Igor. So he won't be going anywhere. Mark have bet. Almost a half pot.
So Igor with an open-ended and Mark with a gut shot.
There is another 6. So can Mark take this pot down with a queen top card? Would say that he needs to bet here to get that pot. But Igor won't be betting also, so Mark takes it with a queen high. 1.3k pot.
Yeah, the only way for Igor to win that pot is to bluff back at him.
Sinanyo have helped us again. Thank you.
I said that to Round earlier. We're all gonna be unemployed for the next event. We can just pick some guys from the chat. We just put the stream on and they can do the... We connect them to the stream and they can do the commentary from home. Because they see more information than we do. Where's
Hopefully.
Raptop, by the way? He's always been correcting.
Actually,
us, or helping us,
he was
actually.
speaking us in the first part of the day today, and he went to the home game.
Oh,
So he have a little home game someone's place with NL10. So 10 cents are the big blinds.
Hmm.
But Uno from the chat should be downstairs. At least that's what he said in the chat before, that he will be joining us today.
interesting. I think it's the first name in the chat I've heard that actually is here or visiting. I
Yes,
asked
so
that earlier too if someone was coming and nobody answered.
there's a big action going on downstairs also. So guys who don't want to go to the TV table straight, you don't have to. There's a lot of different limits and games downstairs, so you're welcome to come and join the action. We are live at Olympic Casino at Olympia Radisson SAS Hotel. Here are our sponsors: 88 Live Poker, Olibet, Nordic Bet, and Trio Bet. Thank you for the sponsors. Otherwise, we might not have that fun here. And Ranking Hero, our 5th sponsor.
Yeah, our main media partner.
And Mark actually have found here kings, while Matthias have ace queen.
This is
Well,
gonna be
might
action if I know Matthias
Be
right.
some interesting game coming up now. Guys are sitting next to each other also. They can stare each other, keep some sweat.
Matthias is not the guy to call, he likes to raise. And I think he just did that. Igor started off with 75 euros with 10-9 off. Uno called with ace-4 of diamonds. Matthias has made it 300 with ace-queen with the ace of hearts. And now we're over to Mark with pocket kings.
Mark is having a small blind position, so I'm pretty sure it will be a heavy raise here.
Looks like 800.
You are correct, my friends.
I put on Rain Man mode now. Uno definitely not gonna join the guys for the flop. Question is if Matthias is gonna add another 500.
But seems that he's gonna fold.
Yeah.
Strong fold from Matthias.
He did a lot of those plays. Like like I said, every time he was raising it up, but with not premium hands, and that was a lot of times. Usually a lot less, a lot worse than Ace Queen. If he got played back at him, he was quite disciplined up until the end of the session.
Thumbs up for him. Would say that Estonian champ is doing some good questions here. Seems that he have been watching the game before also.
He's in it. If you watch day one, Estonian champ, you wouldn't call him in it.
Good evening, Hoggy 751.
I will honestly say that I was quite harsh on our friend Matthias on day one. How he played his 3 losing pots in the end. So I wouldn't call him a nit. Everything but a nit. That day at least.
It would be interesting. No, is there guys behind these guys also waiting in waiting list?
I heard earlier that there is 1 or 2 that might be interested that didn't want to start the table.
Okay.
Question if they will still be here when someone drops off. Simultaneously with this, a lot of the qualifiers and stuff with partner-related events are at Butterfly Lounge for some kind of welcoming session for the weekend here. And it's obviously Friday, so not everyone wants to spend 5 straight days of 12 to 15 hours of cash game only at the casino. So I'm sure a lot of players are joining the nightlife later. So question is if the guys that are on the waiting list are still going to be at the casino when we have seats open later, or if they have chosen other options.
Okay. Hoggy asked us any Swedish players at the table. You can say
No.
something
I
about
would
Swedish
say
players.
no. There is one player I don't know about at the table, but no, I'm quite sure it's not Swedish because it doesn't have a Swedish name.
But there were a few Swedish players yesterday here.
Yeah, there were, and actually at the first feature table we had, the very loose first table, when everyone was friends, and Rickard was sitting and telling war stories from the 60s.
That's the stories of Rickard.
There were a few Swedes and guys from the Åland Islands. So, but a lot of them actually went home today. They came to start off the festival and open up the action and played for a few days, and some of them went home to spend the weekend with their families.
That's a nice activity.
But I think we have a few players arriving today as well. Some
Yeah.
of the organizers have been back and forth to the airport and to the boat terminal to pick up players and VIP players. So
I actually picked up myself today one Finnish player who won from Nordic Bet,
yeah,
and he will be joining the action also. Not for that table, but downstairs, I'm pretty sure. So guys, weekend is full of fun. Everybody are welcome. Join us in Olympic Casino at Olympia Hotel Radisson SS. The tables will be running here a whole weekend, 24/7. So we have room for everybody. Some interesting hands now here, semi-interesting. Matthias with pocket of deuces raising up, or yes,
yes.
need a 3-bet.
Like I said earlier, I wouldn't considering him being in it so active as he is. But these are the type of hands he open up. he opens up, and if someone makes a big re-raise, he's been letting go of them if it's not been enough value to. I thought I saw a deuce on the flop, but it was actually a 3. So 10-8-3, 2 spades. Nobody has a spade draw. Nobody has anything, to be fair. UC has 2 overcards and a gut shot, and Matthias is in the lead with his pocket deuces. UC makes a bet.
For the information, guys, it's 10:25 hold'em actually, and the rake is €5 per hour. Thank you, Nanyo. Time rake will be only upstairs TV table, so all the tables downstairs will have a regular rake. And Matthias, after pocket of deuces, finding himself pocket of queens. He did the same move now, 3-bet.
Yeah.
Actually
If
raised
it's not raised,
3 big
if
blinds.
it's not raised to him, he usually opens.
So
But
not
this is
giving
the
much
perfect-
information for others.
No, but this was how he was doing the first day, and when he started picking up hands, he got a lot of re-raises against him, and then he was quite
Wow.
aggressive and happy to get a lot of chips in.
He hits a set in the flop.
Unfortunately, nobody else hits anything.
Aro has
Aro
a
has
cut
a
shot.
gut shot. If this would have been yesterday, Aro is gonna be involved in this hand, and he will find the 3. That's how it was running out for Matthias yesterday. But I have a feeling he gets this on the flop with his bet of 225. I like though when people lead out their sets. So many players check.
Seems that Aro have called.
Aro actually goes for the gut shot.
Oh, it will be a bad card on turn. As I heard, Matthias was actually losing for wow, but it's quads on the table already, guys. Shows what action is coming up tonight. But as I was saying, Matthias was getting a lot of.
It would be very interesting if they check this. Sorry for interrupting you, but if they check this now and the 3 hits the river,
It will.
that would be a crazy card.
But Aro actually opens up here.
Yeah, Matthias opted to check this time.
Would you say he will be 3-betting now?
I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I think I would have called and almost, yeah.
That's a call.
And I think he probably, as aggressive as he usually is, and Aro probably knows that from the first 2 days, I think he should go check on any river here, hoping that his opponent finds a card. Unfortunately, he doesn't, but he opts for the check. And Aro is a good player, and he knows the only way he can win this showdown is to bet. And I think Matthias knows that as well. So I doubt that he will check this down and give the hand to Matthias. Matthias checks the turn and also checks the river, which looks very weak. But he
Aro
seems to
was
have-
so close to
He
bet.
seems to have opted. Yeah, he went for the check in the end. But I think he would have bet there. He would not get anything anyway. So
True.
I think this was the only way to actually have a chance to extract any money from that pot. So Hogge 7751, is this the Hogge I know? Mr. Götesson? Or are we having a fake Hogge in the chat?
see on eriti lähedal, kui sa Igoriga sõidad praegu. Vaata päriselt oled kaasa väga vaata. Tegelikult. Surruis. Ei, ma juba ma teadsin, sellepärast ma ütlesin sulle.
Yes, it is.
Ma rääkisin, kui osadus olid, vaata sa rääkisid, et sa paned
If you haven't joined the chat, Hogge, it's Björn Gustafsson här. Kul att du är med.
Politsei.
The real Hogge, yeah. I met Hogge 2 weeks ago in Malta at the Swedish Championship, and we run into each other 2, 3, 4 times a year maybe, different events. Usually at Åland Islands, sometime around May, and the Swedish Championship every year. And
May, so it was a Puff Live.
yeah, that was a tough live. Just didn't want to say that on live stream since we have 4 other partners. I don't know how strict we are. Yeah, my volume has been low for a few days. I don't know if it's me speaking low or I'm just unlucky in the microphone draw every day. Hear me better now? Better now, thank you. Taler skägget, as we say in Sweden. So, what day is it? 27th. Just realized it's a few more days only left of November.
Exactly. November is ending.
Organizer Franke is saving up a quite impressive mustache for being him.
Yes.
He's not a heavy beard grower, but I don't know if no, I'm not gonna say the nationality I'm thinking of when I see him now with that mustache. But you might know what I'm thinking. But
Actually,
he
I haven't
looks
seen
totally
him,
different than we used to. So
Yes, that's true. He was on a tour also by himself now for the last couple of months, and when he came back, we met like the start of this week, I think. And I have to say, I was surprised to see him with that
yeah,
mustache.
I wouldn't say it suits him.
It doesn't.
But anyway, what can we say?
Holger, you can ask Franke to send you some selfies, and you might see that. But I'm pretty sure the photographer have take pictures from Gashken Festival, so the pictures will be up
Yeah,
with Franke.
I'm
and
gonna
his
start
mustache.
posting pictures from day 1 and 2 tomorrow, and pictures are gonna drop in even after the festival finishes up. So up until in the mid next week, it's gonna be a steady stream of pictures from all the events and even the regular cash game area down at the casino.
And Matthias, another good fold with ace jack with a flop 10 king 10 turn jack. Mark hit the straight on turn, bets, and Matthias just folds. Pretty decent game so far from Matthias. Hoge, just follow us in Facebook, Cash Game Festival. Pretty sure that the pictures will be up there also.
Yeah, all the pictures are coming up at the Cash Game Festival Facebook page.
Mark finding another good hand, jacks, while Uno have tens. Action time, guys.
Action, action. Can we wish for a 7-5 deuce flop, rainbow?
We can do that.
See what happens. Spice it up a bit.
So Uno is opening up with his tens, raised to 300 because Igor was raising it to 50, and Mark just calls. Uno have a position on Mark also.
Oh, it looks like we have a picture card. That's quite an action flop, I would say.
Wow.
After 7-5 deuce, that was my wishful thinking. So Mark flops the top set with the jacks, and Uno with his pocket tens flops an open-ended straight draw, which should keep this hand alive for at least one more street. because I don't think they want to get in 3k each on this flop.
No.
975.
So Uno makes a bet, and of course Mark re-raises.
But if we see a blank 7 on the turn, I think they will get the rest in.
Yes, because
Even if there is a straight draw out, then I think the way this pot is building, it will be hard to avoid it.
so Uno is calling that. I'm pretty sure Mark is feeling that that's not a nice 5. Not changing anything. Pretty sure that Mark will fire up now a really decent bet size, because he might have a gut feeling that have a really good draw. So Mark went all in with the pot bet,
Call.
and Uno is calling it. Wow,
Wow, that's a loose call.
that was a fast call.
Yeah, that surprises me. I will not do that.
You think they're doing it twice, or?
Yeah, that seems to be what they're discussing. Would you do that? No?
On behalf
Or
of
call
who?
rather, I mean, Uno.
And the 7 is on the
Wow.
turn.
What a nasty river.
Wow. On the river, sorry.
But wait, he's not turning over his tens. That was a slow roll. Jacks came up very quick, and then the tens were turned up after a few seconds. In my world, a few seconds too late.
Slow roll. So 7.1k pot went to Uno with a river of 7.
This is a hand we should note down, I think.
2000.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's crazy when bad moves get paid off like that.
2200. 91
Snapping an all in with pocket tens on the turn, finding the
2245.
8th outer.
That's crazy.
2002.
That's the action, guys. Hopefully you were waiting something like that.
We just took our first cheer for
Exactly.
that big pot. Since we have promised loose, aggressive action players at this high stake table, we are that we are seeing so much action early on, which will mean that the other players will open up. What do we know about Uno?
I have seen him every live event, I would say, but
Is he,
don't know much.
Is he a poker player by nature, or is he a action junkie businessman or something like that?
Watchers, if anyone have any info about Uno who just won this river, give us your knowledge. Who is that mysterious Uno who just sucked out?
Straddle. Fold. 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 Fold.
value raise is saying Uno is Moomy Boys. I don't know what that Moomy Boys should mean, but if I remember correctly, someone was mentioning it in the first day also, Moomy Boys. So maybe it's his online alias, who knows? Hoggy, you're welcome.
Fold.
Just come here, join the action. We have 2 full days more of action.
Fold.
Holger, you might know how Frank is, and I'm actually sharing the room with him, so his bed is usually empty. He is not spending much time in his bed. So I'm not promising anything, but I think you could borrow his bed if you show up.
So thank you for the information, guys. Seems that Uno is a high stakes player on internet also.
Okay.
He likes to play heads up. So seems that big player. Have to say a really
Father Pace, since you seem to know that he has a heads-up player crushing it, would you have snapped it off with pocket tens like he did?
good question actually.
75.
And we can see that Jussi found ace jack while Mark is with king jack.
Call. Fold.
Mark is the one who raised it up to 75 and Jussi just called. Following him Igor with 6-4. Nice hand to be a Bart, I think.
What
2
make
high
it
cards
reverse?
and he's going for the low buttons.
Zoom'i täna õlut.
The flop is actually 7-5-10.
Check.
Give some cool outs to Igor.
Check. 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 Check.
That was fast check check, I think.
Ace.
And that hand goes to Jussi with ace high.
Ja meil oli time. Omaha. Siis.
Did Father Pace answer my question? I don't see the chat at the moment.
ei tulnud selle peale, kusjuures tegelikult oleks võinud
Actually haven't said so far base. Would you make the same decision what Uno was doing with tens?
Or why not just ask everyone watching? Would you guys have snapped it off with an open and a straight draw for another 2 minutes or what it was on the turn?
aga
Exactly. Would like to get some
peaks nad laenu.
ideas of you guys. And as we can see that Twitch chat have already been 181 persons following us here. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you for joining.
Nulli jäänud oleks saanud pärast.
Who doesn't know that we're playing 10-25 blinds of Hold'em.
Maksudega nulliks.
We'll be playing for the next 2.5 hours.
Yeah. I think
So a lot of action
2.5 hours, yeah.
is waiting us hopefully. Also guys are saying now that Uno might not be the Moomy Boys, so
maksimum on 2.
maybe he is, maybe not. Let's leave it as a mysterious question.
enne ei olnud maksimumi jah. 2800 vist on maksimum.
Fold.
And Henry have found
75.
the magical hand aces. Let's see if we can get any action out from USC with King Jack, who opened it up to 75. Henry just calls that.
Call.
Also Uno will be calling here with ace 4. And Matthias with a3 diamonds. Flop B is 4, queen 3.
Sada. 100.
Uno opens up with a bet of 100.
Call. E7. 500.
So let's see. Henry raised it up to 500.
E7.
ära tee mulle nii, ma juba tunnen, see, siit tuleb see mingi
A
kuradi.
little bit talking. I don't know if it helps. Didn't help with Uno at least.
Fold.
He folds it up, and of course you see also. So 1k pot to Henry.
Ma ei saa näidata, mul on, kõik on samasugused. Mul tuleb nagu mingid erinevaid asju näidata. Näitan seda ühte nelja, siis saad kõik aru, et mul on kuradi 3 nelja käes.
Mul oleks süda olnud, kui sain 4-le pihta.
Sa said ka veel 4 pihta?
Sa oled selline.
Have to say that. Some nice picturing taking place here.
He doesn't post? Ah.
Or if anyone disagrees.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Yeah.
And the next hand is dealt out. Hopefully brings some action for you guys.
Siin niikuinii
Pane
lubad.
siin sama panema, vaata mis juhtub.
So Hogi, the Cash Game Festival is going to the tour next year.
Fold.
So first stop will be on March, and it will be on London. After that they will head on June, the start of the summer, to Malta. The third place will be a secret now, and the final destination in the end of 2016 will be back in Estonia in the new Hilton hotels. So Hogi, do you feel you wanna maybe join the tour and
Seriously, he did.
have some fun yourself? Bring us some action?
He should have tried. Maybe he also posted kings. What do you think?
Holger loves spending time in the pool, so I think he likes Malta more than
So
London.
definitely we'll see him in Malta. And what do we see here? Uno got jacks now. It will be a lovely hand if Mark will have tens.
Fold.
200.
200. 200. Fold.
Malta in June.
Fold.
Jälle viitsid ära.
Tulebki jah.
Uno takes that small pot with jacks.
Ässad on sul olnud täna ka?
First chip count, Jussi leading with 8.5k, following him Aro with 7.1 and Henry with 7k. Uno in the middle with 6.7, following Igor and the rest.
Ässad ja emandad ja vaata kuradi 3-tunnise emandadega. Jumal ikka loll hoiab.
And when I fold ace jack,
I think the festival will be taking place on the new Hilton hotel, what will be opening in the next year. So Olympic Casino also
75.
in game there.
Do you have a ticket back?
So I'm pretty sure that it will be on the new Hilton hotel.
Do it.
what do you mean?
Maybe
Do you know what Porto Masso is in Malta?
Menge.
Yeah, it's the main casino so far, but it's kind of the same situation as here. They are at the moment building
Check.
or finishing up a new casino on the island, and a lot of rumors are talking about the action moving to the new casino, and it's actually an Olympic casino just like here, so it's the same chain. They're
Wow.
opening the first Olympic casino on Malta, at the Intercontinental Hotel.
Call, fold.
Portomaso is next to Hilton there, and have had all the EPTs and bigger events there so far, except for the Swedish Championship and some other events. So
Check.
question is where on Malta it will be as well, if it's Portomaso or the new one. We'll see. Considering we've been here at the Olympic Casino for so many years, it's probably not a wild guess to say it's going to be Olympic Casino in,
That's true. It's
in,
our good partner.
and that's maybe the only reason why it might not move to Hilton as well here in Estonia, if they keep working with. But we don't know the details yet. We just know that we're heading to London and Malta and Estonia at the end of the year, and we are keeping the third stop secret due to negotiations and stuff.
Also, maybe you can post the webpage where Cashcam Festival webpage to Sutso, because she is working, she at the moment, so can listen us.
Hope it's a she.
And ask
We need
that
more female viewers.
more information about the Cashcam Festival at Malta. So I guess all the info will come to the Cashcam Festival webpage. Just
You check.
stay around there, and if the day comes, you will see all the info. 1.1k pot taken down by Igor with king 9. Two bears.
Onko sulla minä? Oossa. Eli mä en niinku aloittanut mitään uutta trendiä. En ainakaan ikinä kuullut mitään muuta. Ennen tätä.
Aaro, missä se on? Henry.
Yes, Cashcam Festival is Frankes, baby.
Fold. Fold.
I didn't order anything.
Fold.
No, it's fine, thank you.
Nice to see that the chat is actioning up also on twitch.tv, so anyone who's watching us from different sites, you feel free to join twitch.tv/cashgamefestival. You can chat with us here. More action for you.
Heads up.
Any questions you have, just post them, and we'll see what we can do and if we can answer them.
Check.
Then we will
Any
answer them.
decent questions.
Check. Check.
Who have joined us lately. Game is 10:25 Hold'em.
Check.
We're playing this for another 2 hours and 15 minutes at least. My name is Andro, and next to me is Björn.
So, back to the hands. We have a new hand coming up with Aro on the button, Henry in the small blind, Uno, big blind, and maybe we can see a straddle here from our dear friend Matthias.
Did he straddle a lot before?
He did yesterday, but more or less the whole table was straddling yesterday. Aro is looking up on the camera. Props to our sponsors again, 888 Poker, Olibet, Trio Bet and Nordic Bet. Olibet are holding their own event here in February as well.
Yes.
Maybe we can give a small shout out to that since we are at the same casino. It's called the Olibet Kings of Tallinn. If you want to know more about that, just Google it. In the background we see Kadi arriving back, our camera girl.
And we might see some action maybe. Uno in big blind with ace jack, and Henry small blind with ace 7. But actually he already folded. Jussi have raised it up to 300 with 7-4 suited. Wants to spice it up a little bit.
Matthias opened again.
Not sure that he will be following that pot. Hands are showing
Maybe
at
if he
least.
gets Uno to call in between, he will be tempted with his suited gapper.
Call. Call. Three players. Check. Check.
So the delay of the table is actually 15 minutes. If someone is wondering, already saw that you guys were wondering that.
Interesting flop, sorry to interrupt. You see flopping bottom trips here. Queen 4-4. I don't think many of them will put him on a 4, doing the 300 raise pre-flop. But unfortunately, nobody hit him there, so
Toi on kylmää ja joo.
doesn't pick up any action.
Toi on kylmää.
Would have been fun to see an action flop for the other two guys as well.
Võttisin, et tõstan 3 korda üle.
kuhu jäi süda? noh,
Noh, ta on tabad.
oleks teinud korra niimoodi pannud 1000.
Mul super vahet.
sul hea kaart tabada. mis võis?
Äkki vass, äkki vass.
Straddle.
Noh, iseenesest tubli.
Small blind.
see on hea kaart tõesti.
See nii hea.
Pass. Raise 150. Pass. 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 Call 150.
So Aro makes it a raise here with ace queen suited, ace queen of clubs. Jussi makes the call with 9-5 of hearts.
Check.
Good flop for Aro, flopping top 2 on the ace queen 10 rainbow.
150.
If he would check
Pass.
and the turn will be hard, he would get some action for sure. I don't see Jussi calling and exactly folded that hand. The chip count. Still Jussi leading with 8.5k and Mark in the bottom with 3k.
So our two shortest guys are still sitting in with way over 100 big blinds.
Yes.
Pretty much exactly 120 big blinds if I
I'm
can
pretty
count.
sure Mark did a rebuy after the hand what he lost against Uno. At the moment he have gone on a break, but pretty sure he will be back in a second and trying to get back his chips from Uno. A lot of aces now. Ace 3, ace 2, ace 7.
Raise 75. Pre-raise 300. Pass.
A lot of the guys seem to be looking up at the camera.
Pass.
Don't know if they're getting information about us talking about them, but I think we're quite nice to them.
Yeah, I haven't said anything bad, but actually I know the answer why they were looking for us.
You know?
Yes.
Why?
You don't know the answer?
No? Let me know.
There's a TV here, and sport is coming from that.
Oh,
So guys are looking that.
I understand.
Check.
Maybe we can mention that sponsors on casino are nice to provide the players at the cash game table with free drinks and food and very low rake. So if anyone wants to join
Check.
the feature tables, the last 4 on Saturday and Sunday, there are still free slots available and waiting lists. There are more benefits than just being famous on TV for a while.
Exactly.
Lowest rake in town, and for the high stakes tables, it's very beneficial to sit down. I think Uno is eating the casino potato salad, and Henry is having a cappuccino and a chicken salad.
Makes me hungry.
fruit plate in the bottom of the screen. As you all can see, the guys and girls and women that have been following us from the beginning of the stream here at the high stake table, we have caught up with the technology. We see all the cards right now, so
The other side me
the
is
exchange of the deck was really
just
good
I have to
for
check.
all of
Yes.
us.
No,
No? The Vivian side me, yeah. I know. Okay.
maybe she has bad English, maybe.
I
Because
don't
we
think
just
so.
5 minutes before agreed that we do sit-outs. If the player isn't here, then no cards.
Oh, okay.
It's typical to get a card between bottom and small blind.
Yeah, of course. But the dealer side me, I don't know.
Let's blame Vivian. I agree.
Hmm?
Let's blame Vivian. Purple.
That's right. That's what we can agree, right?
So,
Raise 100.
Andrew is going out for a little break here, leaving me alone with you guys. We have a raise from Aro with Jack 10 offsuit. Henry making the call with Ace Queen offsuit with the Ace of Spades. Uno also opting in to call with the King Queen offsuit.
Pass.
Matthias finding a call with 8-3 of clubs. And Igor has a
5 players.
offsuit gapper here with 9-7 and wants to join from big blind. So we have 5 players to the flop. Igor first to act, flopping the open and the straight draw.
Uh-huh. Turbo bet.
Aro with overcards just checks, and Henry checks with his ace high. Uno, first one to take a stab at the pot with a king high bet of 150. Matthias with the only one flopping some part of this, calls 150 with his top pair.
Call.
Igor obviously calling with his open-ended straight draw.
Wow, what hands
Aro
there?
and Henry folding. So
3 players.
what was a 5-way pre-flop hand ended up with a 3-way turn action, and more or less the 3 worst hands got some part of it. Uno now opting to check after Igor checks to him. Matthias turns 2 pair. Quite sure he doesn't want to give away any free cards here. If he puts players on an overpair to the board, he's going to be afraid of the board pairing up and counterfeiting his
Bet
2 pair.
650.
So to protect it, he has to make a bet, and he puts in 650 euros into the pot of 1,600, or if the pot was 1,000 include, and it's 1,600 including his bet. Igor still with an open-ended, opts to fold, and Uno doesn't want any part of this with his king high. So Matthias, with one of the worst hands possible, wins a very nice pot.
And that's an it gamer for some of you guys.
Yeah.
Did you take my mic? People are asking.
No,
I don't think
didn't.
so. It just somehow when I left, the sound came out more better for him.
Yeah, I took control of the situation. Nobody was bothering me when you were out looking for your salad.
Yeah, I found my salad.
Oh, good for you. I found a little drink here actually while you were gone.
A little drink.
I think maybe we should have a next competition.
And
It's
what-
midnight. We just finished our first drink, and
Yeah.
yeah, we have 2 ingredients mixed in the glass here, except for ice. So one is a soft drink and one is a stronger beverage. Can anyone guess what we are drinking right now?
Skull. What is skull?
Skål is cheers in Swedish.
Okay.
I don't want to say what the Estonian champ said though. It's a dirty word.
They have aces that time, right?
Gin tonic.
Don't tell them.
One of my favorites, Hoge, and you know that. That's why you're guessing that. But no, it's no gin tonic.
And we are not mixing wine with Coke.
Oh, oh, oh.
So many answers.
Someone has one part. One part is right of the last 3 answers. One of their answers, Red Bull vodka, rum Coke, and gin tonic, has one ingredient correct. That's all the clues I'm gonna give you.
We can see that Father Bass remembers a little bit. First day I think I said I love gin tonic, but actually I'm not drinking gin tonic.
I think you finished the tonic first day.
No, it wasn't me.
After you finish working, of course. So Igor picks up pocket tens, and I have to try to localize what the other ones have here. So we have calls from both Uno and no, R is not in. But we have a raise from Mark with King 10 off. Uno making a call with 7 deuce offsuit. We have the 7 deuce
Okay.
game on for the first time. And
Guys,
Igor
cheer it
is
up
in
for
with a
that.
pocket 10. So just to explain quick for you guys not knowing, if Uno wins a hand with 7-2 offsuit, he will be able to register the amount of big blinds he wins, and in the end of the week he could be winning some hotel nights thanks to Ranking Hero in London at the next Cash Game Festival. Everyone at the casino has the same chance with the 7 deuce offsuit. But unfortunately he seems to give it up as
As fast as he
as
get
fast
into
as
that.
he was into it. So my excitement was totally unnecessary. But it was actually the first
But
7-2
first to
offsuit we
see,
saw.
so
Yeah.
it made me actually very excited also.
So flop was ace 4-4, turn and river runs out 5s, and yeah, no action due to the ace on the board, and Igor picking up a small pot with his pocket 10s.
Nice to see House Spin 14 back with us today.
Yeah, and we have to go back to the guesses here. Vodka juice, water and ice. Water and ice was a good guess.
So I have to say, a couple of guys have been very, very near to the answer.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying. Yeah, there are. It's getting hot in here.
But the right answer have not came out, so guys, keep on going. Let's see.
What you don't know yet, Andro, this is a 2-part question, because when they figure out the right combo, what we're mixing, the next combo is what brand it is.
Exactly. I was thinking about that myself also.
Great minds think alike. Hogge, Whiskey
Oh.
Coke. We have our winner, Whiskey Coke.
So the first part goes to Hogge.
Actually, I see we have a Hennessy Coke up there, but anyway, Whiskey Coke is the correct answer. So now the second part of this question: what brand of whiskey are we drinking? Hogge is happy to finally have won something. I have never seen him win a pot in poker, I think. You might correct me, Hogge, if I'm right or wrong. I mean, have you ever won a hand in live poker? Yes or no? Jameson, no. Gin and ginger, good guess, but we're on the whiskey stream now. Knob Creek, Valentine's, Tennessee.
Nice to see some new
Jack
names there.
Daniels. 5 guesses, nobody is even close. FU, what does FU mean? Anyone knows what FU means?
I want
Please
to
help
say it
Hogge.
out.
Someone needs to help Hogge, he doesn't know how to spell. FU.
Mm.
Jim Bean, we have a winner. We have a second part winner, Value Race. Thank you, Value. Bells, yeah, Hogge opts for the cheapest whiskey, of course.
I send you for the awards a cookie from internet. That's yours. Look for Google cookie and all the cookies are yours.
Yeah. So, Aro, with a serious face looking up on the screen. We have 6-5 offsuit for both Matthias and Uno. UC 8-3 Igor King 10. RO,
Raise 75.
just as mentioned, Ace Jack offsuit.
We raise 400.
Igor puts in a race again. He's been quite active. King 10 offsuit gets 75 euros into the pot. RO makes 400 with Ace Jack offsuit. That's the biggest re-raise we've seen. Hoagie likes cookies. Can anyone guess what type of cookies Hoagie likes?
Is this a question?
We should play the Hoagie game. This is a bit like what Lodden says, you know, the Lodden game.
I don't know Lodden
the
game.
Hoagie game. What type of cookies does Hoagie like? And no, they're not healthy.
Check.
Jack deuce flop. Oro flops top trips. With
Actually,
10 ace kicker. Igor has
Wow.
nothing and just checks. Pot cookies. Father pays. You're very close. Hoagie, you can confirm if it's pot cookies. Yes or no?
I wouldn't answer that question on live. If I can pass that question, I would like to do that.
Hoagie's old enough to do what he wants. But no, Father pays. It's not pot cookies. I actually have no clue what type of cookies Hoagie likes. I would guess Oreo myself, and I have no clue.
So what type of cookies?
So Hoagie knows the answer. Let's all guess what Hoagie likes type of cookies. My guess is Oreo.
My guess is tea cookies.
Regular?
Yes,
Okay.
regular tea cookies.
Ooh. But close. No, but close. Oreo. Something with vanilla then, maybe. Anyways, Aro bets out the 3 on the turn with his top trips, and Igor, having nothing of a hand, has no intention of ever putting any more euros into the pot. It's chocolate chip, obviously, according to Big Disco Santa. Brownies, obviously. Hoagie, special kind. So maybe it's a mix of brownies and cookies that Father Pays was referring to.
We don't know that.
Hash brownies. We can't say that on live chat. It feels like we could squeeze in one more player at this feature table,
True.
Pass.
just to spice up the action, but to be fair, it's nice for the players to not sit on a full ring. UC puts in a raise of Queen 7. Puts in a raise of 50, sorry, with Queen 7 offsuit.
Call.
Uno wants his action with Ace 3 offsuit.
Raise 300.
Matthias Ace 5 offsuit, and Mark 8-5 of
Pass.
clubs.
Pass.
All want to see a flop. Or actually, the graphics were lying. It said call after Mark, but he opted to fold. Or no, now Mark is back in the graphics. Now everyone is back in the graphics, and now everyone is on because of flop. I don't know who took that down even. I tend to watch the cards on the graphics more than the table. So I actually don't see if this player folds or... It's hard to see both. Big Disco Santa says brownies are not cookies. I protest. You have a point.
True.
So we can just all blame Hoagie for having no clue what cookies is.
Pass. Pass.
We can say that.
If this would be Survivor, the Survivor chat, I think we can all agree that we will vote Hoagie off from the chat for not knowing that brownies are not proper cookies.
Call.
That's true.
No. We are going to see a flop between Igor and Matthias. An ace 10-4 flop with 2 hearts. Igor flopping a gut shot with his queen jack of diamonds. Matthias
125.
flopping a part of it with bottom pair. 7-4 offsuit. I don't know if he mistaken it for a 7 deuce, but he's playing 7-4 offsuit. And this is the nit you were referring to.
Yes, and he's leading the pot that
I would
moment.
say that he's the least nittiest player at the table.
Yes. And the jack on turn.
This reminds me of yesterday. Matthias making the right moves, people picking up something with nothing, and now he checks it and minimizes the damage, and he knows he has lost this pot. I don't think...
Check.
4.
I would say that Igor is more careful player. So he plays really carefully, but he calls a lot. So it's quite hard to play against him. Thank you, House Pin Party. Lovely to hear that. Shout out for you. And we're going for the next hand now, while we see Igor have hit Ace King now.
Pass, pass. Pass.
Come on, Hoggy, don't be that violent to House Pin Party.
I think we're gonna have a special hello here. I'm handing over my headphones for a few seconds to Mr. Movember himself, because a Swedish friend of his wants to see a picture of him, but at least he can get a hi.
Hogge. Tjena tjena, det är Franke här. Hur mår du Hogge? Allt bra? Jag gissar på att du hör här i chatten.
So
Well, for those that speaks English, it's a short little private hello to a friend in the chat who is chatting and is happy. Hello Hogge, see you.
that was our main quest,
He
Franke.
answered back saying, "Hey Franke, lysande," which means spectacular in Swedish. He is coming to
interesting
Malta.
hand
stop
actually
at the
going
Cash
on
Game
at the
Festival,
moment.
he's saying. We have announced the first 2 stops, keeping the third secret here, telling everyone to come back to Estonia and freeze in November again. So
But going on table now, we can see that Aro have hit a straight from
Mother
flop
load.
against Igor's Ace King, while he's waiting for that 10 to come on board.
He also has an ace to represent the flush draw. See, he is an 8% to hit his straight against Aro's lower straight. Aro has bet out 360. And we have 2 of the deepest stacks playing against each other, 7.1 versus 4.8k.
The pot is already 820.
Aro picks it up though.
And
with a
Igor
bet.
makes a really good fold actually. Because lately I've seen Igor calling all the time on this position. So we'll say that was a good fold for him.
Estonian champ is asking in the chat why Franke is going to Argentina. Hogge, our new
Franke?
moderator, is correcting him, saying
Thank
Uruguay.
you.
And I don't know, why are you going to Uruguay? He's saying it's -5 in Estonia right now. It's 30 degrees warmer there. So for you who know the math, it's +25.
But for you guys,
I also think he has some ideas that there might lack a cash game festival in Uruguay.
exactly
It's my
what I
guess.
wanted
This
to
is
say.
unconfirmed information, but I'm guessing that we might within 2 years see some type of poker action in Uruguay.
We don't know, because like we said, the next 2 stops will be London and Malta, and
Yeah,
the
we have a
third
surprise stop.
spot is a surprise spot. So who knows? But stay around at cashgamefestival.com and you will see it yourself.
And don't forget to sign up for an account at Ranking Hero. The more love they get, the happier they will be for future events if they were to stay involved. So we have a private question here asking about the competitions that Ranking Hero are running. The first one is for the feature table. And the winner at the feature table this week that has won the most amount of big blinds relative to the buy-in. So it doesn't matter if they're playing low or high stakes. It's the amount of big blinds on that level. Will win 2 nights in London at the Aspers Casino at the next stop. And 888 are providing extra goodies to that prize. And the second competition is the 7 deuce game we were referring to a few hands ago when we saw the 7 deuce at Uno. the player at the casino, and it's not only the feature table but all the tables at the cash game area, that wins the most amount of big blinds with 7-2 and has an account at Ranking Hero wins another package with 2 nights in London at the Aspers Casino Hotel, or at the hotel near to Aspers Casino at least.
Big Disco Santa, they are looking for the TV what's on the corner, so there's no tells coming out from there. And the house been partying. It's wonderful to hear that you're thinking about Cash Game Festival. Visit the Cash Game Festival. Like we see, we will have a tour next year, so you're welcome to join any of the places. On March we will be in London. On June we will be on Malta. The third place, as we said, will be a secret. As Father Bates have told us that Rono told the third surprise place yesterday, then I can say that Rono actually doesn't know the surprise place. So that's not fair. And the fourth place will be back in Tallinn, so on behalf of me, Housepin Partying, you're welcome to Estonia to join the Cash Game Festival, because I think you will love Estonia.
Small, big.
And Paavo was playing like for the third time, and he
No discount.
210.
So we're having a dealer change here. We have realized that the dealer joining us now, Vivian, is many of the viewers' favorite. She is also one of the most experienced dealers here at the Olympic Casino in Tallinn. She's been working here for as long as I've been here, and that's 5 years.
We don't have games from Monday to Wednesday.
They did actually back then. They like with the bigger festivals.
Mark starting off under the gun
Okay, but like normally.
I mean like normal weekend, like
with
normal
King Deuce.
But in the
You see with Ace Deuce behind him,
who's staying.
or not behind him, sorry. Oh yeah, behind him. Ace Deuce, offsuit.
5, fold, fold. 60 beats. Squad fold. Heads up.
Guess who was the first on the waiting list?
We have 175 euros in the pot, and the flop is Jack Jack Deuce. Uno playing 10-5 of diamonds, and you see him flopping two pair
But
with Ace Deuce.
I can't
Takes it
reach him,
down
so
with a small bet.
Otto is coming. I tried to call Ranno, they sent SMS, everything.
But when there's a free seat,
Ranno, Otto is coming here.
now,
Yeah. We waited for one guy, but
okay. But that's
too long already. Yeah, I told him, of course.
But he told you no as well. Or when was it?
Damn, boost.
So Andre is quiet here because he's eating his salad, and when I see the salad, I'm actually regretting it. It's a curry chicken salad, a small one
guys,
in a glass.
Give me the questions and I will answer them.
Oh, feeling hungry.
Raise 100, 100. Fold.
Can't say I didn't ask you.
I know.
Fold.
Hogge ranking here. What is that? It's one of the new communities online where people can sign up for accounts and create their own profile, and they are actually also providing everyone there with a live stream. And yeah, I don't know. Just check it out. It's for free. I'll post the link in the chat right now. Any second, I'm writing it. It's free. It's easy, and yeah.
Sest mina tulin siia Buttonile siin ja Small
Läti tüdruk jagas mulle lihtsalt toimet. You were gone for a while. So you missed one run of mine.
nii et ela hästi.
You're welcome, Hogge.
osta tütrile
Let's do it like this.
So
225.
we have a race from Jussi
100.
with 9-3 of spades, or is it actually no? It's 50. It's a straddle, I guess. So we have a min raise here from Igor to 100, or he is also straddling to 100. We actually are not sure. Anyways, we have 100 in pre-flop, so we have 310 in total with 3 players seeing the flop. Mark flopping top trips, Jussi flopping a flush draw, and Mark finding a queen high flush draw and a gut shot on the ace of spade turn, which means Mark now has trips, Jussi has a flush, and Igor has a queen high flush draw with a chance of a straight. So we might see some action here, even if Mark starts off with a check. And the fun fact is that Mark actually holds the spade in his hand as well. Jussi bets 275 with his 9 high flush draw here, or ace high on the board but 9 high on the hand. Igor calls 275, and Mark obviously has to at least call, even if the third spade probably scares him a bit. But he's very priced in now with his trips, trying to find a full house, preferably a 7. He actually puts in a big raise here. I think I see 875.
I have to say that I was thinking actually Mark raising here, because the fourth spade is not what he actually wants to see.
No.
And seen previously how he played checks with a really wet board, so the raise is pretty decent for him, I would say. Hopefully he can get out from that hand.
The scary part for Jussi's flush draw is that it's a very low flush draw, and he can be drawing that already. Not only to a flush draw but also full houses.
So we're 2 players now, or
Yeah, 2 players to the river.
it's a queen.
It's a queen. It's a blank queen.
Do you
So
see
Mark
Jussi folding
has the
here?
trips and Jussi has. Put it this way, I don't see many reasons for Mark to go bananas here. I think he goes check and Jussi puts in a decent amount of chips. Vivian counting out, it's an all-in move from Jussi, which is a very aggressive play with full houses and higher flush draws out. So he's pretty much putting Mark on nothing but something that could call and be worse. So he might be putting him on a
Jack
jack. Exactly.
or ace maybe, because
Yeah,
Mark
since
opened
everyone
really
checked on the
strong
flop,
on
so
turn.
Mark standing up to see how much is in the pot. Mark is left before this decision with 1,800 euros if he opts to fold, and we all can see that he can only lose this hand no matter what he does. In the background we're seeing Otto that joined us on the feature table first day. I don't know if he is buying in or what it is, but it seems that he is joining our table, so we have a new player on the way. Otto in the blue t-shirt here, blonde hair. Some of you that have been following this stream every day might recognize him. Friends of Matthias, I think. So Mark taking quite a long time here with his
It's a
decision.
quite hard spot, I would say. The queen didn't make it easier for sure for Mark.
The thing is, he's even beat by better jacks. Or, to be fair, ace queen runs out. He might not be beat by better jacks, but even a king jack here beats him. So all other jacks that are lower than king jack and not obviously pairing up the board, he splits with. King jack beats him, but then he also has to consider pocket fours. Ace jack. Aces wouldn't have played this hand this way, but queens might have been there.
Kings, queens.
Kings he beats though, so there are a lot of hands he actually should be afraid of, except for the obvious flush draws or flushes.
Would fold
And
by
in
Mark.
the end he folds, and he's going to be happy to see the or hear the result in 15 minutes.
You
When
can see that Privador is tuned in. Still sad that we can't see him on the tables, because as I know, Privador should be quite high stakes player himself on online. Big shout out to Kert Waldek for watching us. Thank you.
So Hoge seems to have signed up for Ranking Hero. Thank you, Hoge. Or I'm not thanking, but Ranking Hero is thanking you. We also want to, in the background now you can see the banners and roll-ups with Olibet, the main sponsor of the partner sites of the Cash Game Festival. 888 has provided a lot of goodies and stuff at the event, and also Nordic Bet and Trio Bet have players here. I think all 4 sites have had rake races up until this event,
Should be.
letting players come here with cash money at the table at some of the feature tables. So they've had a rake race where you could win I think 500 euros on the lower stakes and 1,000 euros on the bit higher tables that we have run here. So and then there have been a lot of events around this. Yesterday, for instance, I actually joined a cigar and whiskey tasting where all the qualifiers and players that were assigned to these web pages were there, the ones that had arrived. Today, 2 hours ago, drink reception at Butterfly Lounge started. So it's something happening every day for the players that have qualified and are here to join us at the Cash Game Festival. Chat seems to agree that it was an easy fold, the big hand we just saw, where Mark was tanking the river. We have a queen 8-4 flop, 2 spades. Aro with king high takes it down after being the aggressor against Jussis ace high.
Big shout out to Martin Bingen. Thank you for watching us also.
No, we don't have Bell's whiskey. We have GB and we have there's another brand out there. I don't remember which one it was. It's not.
Something with chi, I think.
So, what more can we say about the players at the table? Jussi, he actually took down the Amsterdam Master of Classics 1 or 2 weeks ago for
Wow.
300,000 euros, the main event.
Wow.
So he is fresh from a big win in the live circuit. I'm quite sure it was him. Maybe you want to handle him a bit quick, just to. So I'm not lying to the
Do you know
Google
his last name also?
UC Master Classics. I think it's UC Masters Classics.
So yeah, you see, never in. He won 300,000 euros.
Yeah, so I wasn't dreaming that.
Wow, that's a quite decent result, I have to say. Do you know Jussi's previous games also? Is he a tournament player by live or?
From what we heard yesterday, he is an online quite high stake player. But obviously he likes to play live, and he has won almost $2 million in live winnings. So it's not only the 300,000 euros he won in November here. At the
He's
Master
from Finland,
Classics.
as I understand.
Yeah, he's a
What's
Finnish
his
player.
ranking there?
He is ranked top 10 in Finland currently placed number 8 according to Hendemob.
Mhm.
Yeah, his best live cash was actually the win at the Master of Classics, but earlier this year he has scored nice numbers in EPT Barcelona, EPT Malta. He took down an event in Helsinki, Omaha 6 Max for 30,000 euros. Earlier this year at the 10K Dealer's Choice Championship, he finished 6th for $46,000. So considering his buy-ins live and they're averaging around 5,000 euro and up, I would consider that quite high stakes for most of us.
Good to see a caliber like that player in the game.
Definitely. It's fun that they take the time to come here. But that just shows how popular the festival is becoming, and more people are asking about the festival, and the use now of Twitch where we can stream and have people asking us questions in the chat also helps out to build interest. You see looking up at me with angry eyes, but no, you can't have heard what I said yet.
No. So straight for Jussi.
Otto involved in his first pot here. I think he bought in for 3k, guessing. And he flops the 8. And together with Queen 8-6, turn 4, River 5 gives his opponent Jussi a straight, a nut, a hand, and Otto with nothing else than the 8 folds. And Jussi takes down a pot of roughly 400.
Hello Saintfi for joining us also. So the latest joiners, for information, we're playing Catch Game Festival Day 3rd. We have 10-25 limits. Minimum buy-in is 2,500 euros. We have been playing for 1.5 hours now. Same amount of time left. We have seen some bigger actions here. And hopefully more action coming for the next hour.
Uno, Lauri.
No, it's Lauri Uno.
Lauri, Uno. So I'm better than some.
Yeah, you're better.
Neita.
He's from Vilnius.
Yeah. Like all the good guys are from me, Uno, the Viljandi Finn, Harri, big guy from Antti from Viljandi.
So we have a listener here online that has been checking in on us the last 2 nights as well. From the Czech Republic, or residing in Czech Republic at least, saying, "That's it, I'm changing my career to a professional poker player," with 4 big smileys after that. What can I say? What can I say? It's not easy, but if you want to give it a shot, then why not? We have a lot of people listening here, and who might be able to help you with your career, kickstarting it with some lessons and coaching.
Exactly.
So if you decide that you actually want to pursue this career, then yeah, let me know, and I might hook you up.
That's nice of you,
Yeah.
I have to say.
I'm actually going to Prague on Monday, so whoever you are, you just let me know, and we can meet up for a coffee, and I'll introduce you to poker.
So we have another aces in the hand. Henry with ace 10 suited. Following him Matthias with ace 7. Also I can see Jussi calls with king 9 suited. But Igor and Otto have not gave up. Otto with jack 7 and Igor with jack 8. The flop is quite interesting. 5, 8, 9 with 2 clubs. giving Henry a nice flush draw. Also backhand straight draw. Everybody who have sevens are waiting for the six. And Jussi hits the top pair. See what we can see from this hand.
vaatasin, kui paks ta on, võib-olla on raamatupann või?
Call. Call. Fold.
So I'm four-handed now. Turn is clubs of seven. That will make that game interesting.
viiesid .
Yeah, Henry.
Check.
Henry hasn't been involved in many hands, to be fair. He was in the beginning of the session, and now he turns the absolute nuts. And we get another straight card out on the board. So we have 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 6 to the straight. Unfortunately, we're 4 away, and nobody has a 6. But yeah, UC has top pair. Igor has second pair, and Otto has third pair. I don't think many players other than maybe UC is paying anything to see Henry win this hand.
But
No, king
all
of
the guys
clubs.
were checking, so Henry takes the 1.2k pot.
ootas ja ootas, et käis.
no tundus nagu kuidagi neljakesi vaatame törni , et nagu
So Hoge has asked you a question. Would you say that the Cash Game Festival is a bit unknown in Sweden so far?
Yeah, I would say so.
Would you see this event happening in Sweden one day?
No, I won't. Not at least within the next 3, 4, 5 years, because we have a monopoly in Sweden, only allowing the Swedish government to arrange poker in Sweden. That's why the official Swedish championship was held on Malta a couple of weeks ago, and it's been on Malta 3 of the 4 last years, and last year was in Denmark, where I, hidden brag, actually had a decent score in the main event myself. But no, I won't see it in Sweden yet, and yes, it's a bit unknown. But I also think that a lot of the Swedish players I know that go to a lot of live events are mainly tournament players, and I don't think they have the patience to sit and play cash games for 5 days. And but I'm sure that we will see more and more Swedish players. Holger, you might actually know Oktai from the Swedish Championship. He won the Swedish-Finnish championship called Pokerfinkampen, also one of Franke's creations. He was here for 2 days together with a friend, so it's pretty much the only Swede I think that I recognized so far these 2 days, and that you might know as well. So we haven't had many Swedes here, and definitely a lot more Finns. But I don't think there are that many more Norwegians or Danish players here either, so I think it's naturally mainly Finns, Russians and Estonians.
Yes, on the TV table you're right, but as I remember, on summer, the last Cash Game event, we had actually quite few Swedish Norway players downstairs. So the weekend is up, you never know who you can find downstairs. And this pot goes to Igor with a middle pair 8.
pullis maha .
meil oli time .
okei ,
siin laual .
ja siis on , peab keegi otsuse tegema .
ma sain
ma ei ole veel saanud , ma tahan uue .
Holger will bring his posse in June. I don't know if I want to know who that is. So I think it's time for what do we have in our glasses next
Okay,
game.
but
We're,
first we need to fill them up with something.
We're yeah. This is gonna sound very bad, but the bottle is empty. But that was because it was empty more or less from the beginning.
It's not to
If we
give
would
you
have
a
emptied it, I
wrong.
think you would have heard us slur a bit more and talk a bit more mumbo jumbo than we actually do already. but it's time for something else. And should we rock, paper, scissors? Who goes out and gets to stretch the legs and finds out what the next drink is?
That's one game.
And then we can have the
We can have
viewers-
another game. We will make a vote for the Twitch watchers. Who would you like to see going to get us
Oh, that's mean.
something
You know
new?
who that's gonna be.
So guys, shout out which name you want to go and stretch his legs. There's two names, Bjorn.
Or no. We're gonna make this more fun.
Okay,
I'm gonna
wait
assi-
guys.
I'm gonna wait with your votes here. I'm gonna assign you and me a number. Meanwhile, we have a flop and a turn that is semi-decent from Matthias, being so active, but Lucy has a part of it as well and bets quite big. I'm gonna assign you and me a number, either 1 or 2, and the viewers are not gonna know who has what. And the first number getting 5 votes is the loser,
Okay,
or the winner in this case that has to go and get the drink.
let's do that.
So from now on, number 1 or 2, bomb the chat. Just write a 1 or a 2 to decide who of us has to put an effort in.
Stretching
And
the
leave the chat
legs.
for a few minutes.
mul läks ema juurde või?
Keep it on the down low, vaata.
Not a single vote.
siiamaani mängid jah?
Guys, are you sleeping there?
Oh, number 1.
Ah,
number
the
2,
numbers
number
are
2.
coming. There's
Oh,
3
number
number 2s,
3,
4
number
number
4.
2s.
Oh, Redhead voting number 2. Johnny McLovin, a new nickname in the chat. So,
So is number 2 taking the win, or number 1 is getting more votes?
number
See
1
that
gonna
in a
catch up?
second. Do you have more people here at least voting?
To be fair, I would vote for number 1 right now, just to make it interesting. I think I'm gonna vote number 1.
So you have 2 1s, 4 2s.
Yeah,
So guys, just give us more numbers.
1 or 2, 1 or
Tuolla
2.
mammallakin tekis veli matsaa aika paljon ja siellä on vielä 3 samaa.
Father Pace thinks he has a read here. He might do.
He might not.
Niin mä et painaa sitä.
That's a tell. Big Disco Santa. Evaluate that. What's a tell? Meanwhile, I'm gonna check the cards, and Jussi has picked up a premium Ace King suited of spades in under the gun +1.
Niin paljon. Mä olin silleen, okei, no mä otan senkin. Sitten vaan seikkaan.
So there are 5 people listening. Good.
So actually we can
Good
see that
read,
there's
Holger.
163 people listening
It's
at
actually
Twitch at
163
the moment.
viewers, but only 5 people bored enough to write in the chat.
Yes. So guys, give us more action here. We would like to hear your ideas.
Sitten piloitista 6. Synkkä hetki.
So Big Disco Santa thinks that he have guessed who is number 1 and who is number 2.
Tell me.
And the last number. No, Hoggy
Okay,
already.
double voting.
Double voting is not
Sneak that
allowed.
one in. I should be happy with that, maybe. So, should number 1 catch up, or should number 2 reach the goal line first? We just need a few more numbers to decide this. Meanwhile, Jussi goes from Ace King suited to pocket 8s. Under the gun, straddle with the pocket 8s. Mark has found the pocket aces. American Airlines puts in 190. No, he doesn't. Graphics are lying. Uno made a race to 200 with pocket 4s.
That's
Mark
gonna be
makes it
interesting. hand.
550, a 4-bet to 550 with the American Airlines. Jussi with a big stack in front of him, playing 8,700 euros. Might be tempted to set mine this, I think. It could be the hand of the night, but to be fair, Mark is only playing 2.5. And we are are waiting for a decision from Jussi. And it looks like a race, doesn't it?
It looks like a race.
1100,
12.
1200 maybe, if all of them are black. Yes, we have a 1200 race in the exact moment he shouldn't have done that.
I think Mark was waiting something like that to happen.
Uno can not call. It would be fun to see Mark flat here and not get it in. I mean, to be fair, Jussi is valued in. He has to call no matter what happens, but it would just have been fun to see a flat.
I'm fine with ones.
And they actually get everything in. And for the viewers that can read, in the middle of the screen, we have a 5,200 euro pot with Mark being the 80% favorite, more or less, against Jussi's pocket eights.
I think Mark made a little bit fast call.
And the fact that
They were
Jussi-
all in. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sorry.
the fact that Jussi is running like God after winning Master Classics makes him obviously hit an... Oh wow,
No, I don't have any outs.
he is drawing dead on the second board though. He flopped the set on both boards, but unfortunately for him, Mark flopped the set of aces on the
Wow.
second board, and they split the pot, leaving in one hand each.
Chop chop.
Mark is helping the dealer there. But okay,
It's still a chop now.
let's say that Mark was
Big
actually
Disco
happy.
Santa. Okay, so if no more votes, the ace on flop, vote for number 1, and the 2, vote for 2. First to 10. Ouch. Lol. Says.
Kõigi kaardid tulevad, sinu oma ei tule.
I don't know if they don't want us to go for a drink.
2 korda kohe.
But why does the graphic say that Jussi has 11.5? That can't be right.
hiljem on tulemus.
I think it's hand before that.
jah, see on säästud nagu.
Anyways, they split the pot.
Should we, by the way, open the cards when they're solving?
ei,
I think it makes better sense for the... But yeah, they see it anyway. So it doesn't matter.
So to be fair, I think the contest of the drinks is dead. And number 2, which in this case was my friend Andro here, has to go and fix the drinks.
That's true, guys.
So the theory Big Disco Santa has that I was voting for myself was actually a reverse vote, just to trick you all to vote for number 2 quicker. But I didn't succeed, but I still managed to win.
So guys, I will have a fast break and be joining you guys back in the next 5 minutes.
Rauno is not the graphics guy now at the moment. There are two. What's the name of the HD poker? What are they called? The guys doing the. Yeah, but the company. I should know this, or maybe I shouldn't know it, but I'm gonna figure it out just to give them a shout out because. Yeah, they're called HD Poker Stream. So everyone that needs a live stream in the future, and it's not due to them that the card reader and the tables are not working, and they have done a lot of productions before this. So if anyone in the future needs a live stream or help with it, you can check out HD Poker Stream. They actually do more than poker streams as well. So
75 raise.
Ei oo enää kahta kasit omassa.
new hand. We have a raise from Henry with Ace Jack suited of diamonds. Henry playing 7,600 euros, makes 75.
Pass.
And I think he will take it down. Or in fact, I know he took it down.
Muudkui üritab. For yourself. But for me, stay. Tulevad asjad.
Viitsi 2 oleks siis ka panna. Juba hakkab tulema vaikselt seda panna.
Call. Call.
So Aro has picked up the ace 10 of diamonds in small blind.
This time it's black ace.
Uno from under the gun
Call.
I don't have
limps
the
in
same hand every time.
with queen 10. Matthias limps in with 9-7 offsuit. Mark makes it 150 with king queen. Aro calls 140 with ace 10 of diamonds. Henry calls with 6-4 of clubs. And Uno, that started off this limping game, calls with queen 10 offsuit. And Matthias doesn't want to be worse and is in with 9-7 offsuit. So we have another 5-way action to the flop. And we can see an ace, a jack, and an 8. And 750 euros in the middle. Meaning
Eesti keeles.
Uno flops a double
This time I have
double
You
gut
can
shot.
always have 8.
800.
Henry has nothing of it. Aro flops top pair.
No, we have.
Mark has a
if we have
gut
eight,
shot
we
for
have
the
to
10. And
put the out.
Uno leads his double gutter with 300 euros.
Kuradi, paned 300.
Don't see Aro going anywhere on this flop. At least not the first
Call 300.
bet. So we are two-way with Uno and Aro to the turn. 9 of diamonds, making Aro's hand very good at the moment. But also giving Uno the straight. So we have Aro in a interesting position with top pair, open-ended straight draw, and a nut flush draw against Uno's nuts at the moment. And although Aro has a lot of outs, he's still only 16% to win this hand.
400.
And this is due to a lot of the diamonds being out of play already on the other player's hands. And for Uno holding one of the queens.
What a river.
And he finds the blank queen.
So it's
that
gonna be
he
side
actually
bet, but
needed.
depends who will bet more.
Yeah. So we have 2,200 euros in the pot.
1000.
Aro makes it 1,000. And Uno has no other option than to call.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just a call.
Yeah, he can only lose against king 10. And it would make no sense for anyone to hold king 10 in this spot. He takes quite a long time to call here. No flushes to be worried for, no full houses, nothing, just a better straight draw. And after a while he calls for the split. So 4,200 euros being split up, and they get roughly 2.1 each. And again he is slow to turn over his cards.
He likes that slow play.
Or he's just not used to playing live because he was very slow with the hand earlier. Well, I don't remember the hand, was jacks against tens? It was a jack-jack against 10-10 where they flopped top set and open-ended and it all went in on the turn.
Yes.
And Trip Jacks showed it on the river very quick, thinking he had taken it down, and he slow rolled over the tens for the straight.
Exactly, you're right again.
I'm always right. No, I'm not.
Let's make it, teeme 25.
Bit cocky every now and then, but I'm not always right. In this case I was, and I'm happy.
This one back.
I'm getting old, so my memory is not always with me.
Okay. 2500.
For some reason I remember numbers and poker hands.
So guys, 1 hour and 5 minutes left to play that high stakes game. We have blinds 10, 25. Cash game hold'em. And now we can see that there's a couple of hands. We see that Aro have king jack while Uno have king queen. Might bring some action for us.
vaatan tõesti 6 faktori testi.
you see Uno and Aro to a king high flop. And no, if we actually flop a king high flop now, I haven't seen the hand play out. Just saying it in advance.
So Hoggy thinks that 10-10 versus JJ was not intentional slow roll.
Maybe not.
That only knows one person.
see on nagu siit out nagu vanasti oli
Okay, I was about to give you some stick here again, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it for myself. It was a reference to Uno's age.
tagasi tuleb nüüd siis 25 lihtsalt et ei tee seda Mark lihtsalt sai 10-ga perst
ma sain 250
So we have a stallment at the
aga ma
table.
saaksin siit
Guys are discussing something.
saad said paar kilo veel perst 10 või 250 seal nagu kui sa saad siit ühe laksu sealt ühe laksu
We actually don't know why it's taking so long, because there we find a raise from our knit, Matthias.
The knit is raising with 6-7 offsuit.
825, which I think, except for the premiums hand we've seen, is the highest raise pre-flop yet.
He haven't actually moved for a while now, so but you can't get rid of a Uno like that.
No, Uno has been doing some limp calls, and he's been doing some call calls out of position, and now he's out of position again
Without
with
a
a king
problem.
queen suited, and I don't think he's going anywhere. And there we see the calling chip flying in.
How do you think Matthias is feeling at the moment? I think he wanted to take that pot pre-flop.
Yes, I think when you do those moves, and I've done them a few times, and probably you as well, you just sitting there praying for yourself.
ei ole ju neid 500
Hope he folds, hope he folds. Because
Can
it would have been a decent pot.
respond ace now?
Yeah, I think he's definitely, if it's checked to him, take a stab at it. We have 2.1 in the pot, so maybe like around 1k.
A fast bet from Matthias.
Yeah, Uno checks, and
Uno is out.
only actually bets 650.
Well played.
I think Matthias showed the bluff here. And Uno is nodding his head and smiling,
you made it 8
realizing that his king high was good.
okay,
Well played by
see on
Matthias.
mingi 30 plaid näinud
Table mid
ja ma
twins.
mõtlesin et kui ma flat'in 7-2-ga
No,
siis ta
we're
paneb
not calling him.
800
The chip
But
count.
someone earlier
Chip
called him
sisse.
a mid. You see 11.3. I don't believe that still,
või 7-2 off
because he had 8 or 9 before that hand, and they split the pot. So we still think that he might be down to around 9, or up to around 9. Aro 8k, Henry 7.5, Matthias and Uno 5.4 and 5. Igor 4.4, Mark 2.5, Otto 2.3. Otto, our latest addition to the table, has been dropping some pots since he arrived.
And we have a new joiner on the Twitch chat, John VJC. Giving my nickname, so this might be a guy who I know, but on that nickname I can't even know who that guy is. Come on, what's wrong? You don't like skinny?
I might need skinny, but I don't like skinny drinks. So anyone in the chat knows what a skinny drink is. It was popular, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. It started off as a trend against, amongst... If I say that, I give it away. I can't
Yes,
say that.
you can't say that at the
Yeah.
moment.
Okay, I can put it. I can be tricky. I can say it's a girly drink.
Hey,
It's a twist on a girly
actually,
drink.
I found that drink out this year, and I was surprised when I tasted it.
Yeah.
I never thought
ma
it
käin korra seal
like I might like that drink.
We can't say too much about it, but if anyone wants to take a guess, Skinny Girl Vodka, Big Disco Santa might be on to something.
So you have to guess what's in the glass. 2 components. So give us that. Let's see who might know the best.
Raise 75. Pass, pass, pass. Call, pass.
And there's our lovely photographer.
Kari, if anyone wants to have their picture taken, just come up and say hi. She'll gladly take a professional picture of you.
150.
Hogge, Cosmo, no Cosmo.
Price 400.
Big Disco Santa is onto it. He's pretty much spot on, isn't he?
That's true.
No, I no games here. I asked for a drink. I didn't know what it was. We have had, I would say, 1.5 whiskey coke, and all of a sudden I get a still water with vodka, no ice in it.
Through the chat.
Yep. My father base too is in the chat.
Skier margarita. No, I don't know.
Actually, I didn't know that it's Skinny Girl vodka. I think it was Skinny. I just knew it as Skinny. I think it's a really secret thing. I don't know. But
So here we are in a small room, equivalent of the size of a sauna. It feels almost like we have sauna heat in here. No air, no sounds more or less from the outside. Uncomfortable headphones on our head, and I'm forced to drink vodka water because I'm too lazy to go out and fix myself something I want. So thank you. I appreciate it.
And for the game now, you see have called with ace 2, Matthias raised with jack 9. The flop is queen 3-5, gives Jussi a nice straight draw.
Call.
The turn 7 won't change anything. Jussi still leading with a ace high.
I would say that Jussi is quite aggressive himself, and he knows that if he doesn't take a stab at it after checking the flop, then Matthias for sure is gonna win, and he can never call with ace either.
Well played.
So he has to let it, and he does, and he wins, and he gets a very quick fold from Matthias.
ainult kolmas on ka olemas, peab täpsustama.
So good to see though that Matthias is up a few thousand after having 2 losing days in a row. Nobody, to be fair, has lost a lot.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, people watching at home thinks that losing 1,000 euros is a lot, but I mean, going broke at the table.
Yeah, but we have seen Mark done that, and hey, Henry finds second time aces.
Yeah.
You can call it rigged, you can call it luck. Doesn't matter. The aces are in his hands.
Call 150.
The bad part for him though is he's. I mean, am I right saying he is and has been the tightest player at the table?
Actually, he have. I have seen playing him before, and this is the tightest I have seen him play.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You pick up aces twice when you're the tightest player. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get lots of action, because I think the experienced player at the table picks up at him not playing many pots, and when he opens up, I think they're going to be more conservative.
Second quads.
So Henry flops the absolute monster nuts on the flop. Nobody can beat him in this hand. Nobody ever, more or less, can beat that.
And there's the
And
check.
the fact that he actually flops 2 aces helps him, I would say, because it's less likely that he has an ace. If it was 1 ace, it would be more likely that he had at least 1 ace on his hand. And now,
But by checking 2 streets, I won't think anyone going on that.
I think Otto
Trap?
is. Yeah. Otto has an open-ended now, don't forget that. He turns an open-ended, he gets a check on the flop, he gets a check on the river, he's the last player to act.
But I think that's the
Henry.
last bit to put in the game if the straight doesn't come on river.
But I was about to say, don't we pretty much have the same situations earlier, that you can't get much value out of this unless you give away the river card as well? Now he makes a small raise and Otto folds very quick. But I think that maybe if
He
he would,
doesn't show the quads.
but I think maybe if he gave away that river card just by calling and say Otto hits his straight,
Give some more value for
I
sure.
would think that he would get paid off with a quite decent river bet.
So Big Disco Santa is giving some good feedback that he thinks Matthias is Annette Oberstadt's younger brother.
Sorry, what do you say? Say it again.
Big Disco Santa reckons that Matthias is Annette Oberstadt's younger brother.
Why would he be that?
I don't know, because I think Matthias is Finnish.
Yeah,
Annette is
I didn't-
Norwegian.
I didn't want to give that away, but can we? I think we have a reference to the game of play, not the actual brother-sister relationship.
Okay.
Or am I wrong? Because you are. Yeah, look at his face, but we can't get really personal in here. But I think I know what you mean. By the way, I met Annette in the middle of last year, and it's a big difference, Annette today, than the Annette we saw 4 or 5 years ago, or even more when she broke through. I'm not going to tell you why, but I'm sure there are pictures online if someone wants to take a stab at it.
And Ace Jack versus Ace Jack. Jack on the flop. These guys might go nuts now. But in end,
But to be fair, it would mean that we have Matthias Obrestad and Annette Siljander, I think.
do you think to go on the game back, Matthias can, with his aggressive style, bet UC out of that game? He just calls in the flop.
No. UC is aggressive, Matthias is aggressive, they're going nowhere with top pair and not kicker. I mean, obviously, if someone maybe puts in a 3-bet followed by a 4-bet, it could be hard to call, but I would say that most of the times we're going to see a split pot on the river and action all the way. Matthias opts for a check. I mean, the 8 actually completes the 6-7 straight draw on the flop, and it also is a heart flush draw out now. And for everyone asking if Rauno is the graphics guy, he is not. He is, I don't know what he's doing, hitting on the waitress, watching, looking at his phone or something. He's a guy in the blue shirt with the white collars in the background. So he's not playing with the graphics. He's playing with his phone. UC has bet 675. And Matthias is putting in his share of the chips for a call. River is a queen,
That might make it interesting.
and I actually think I will. Yeah, it.
Because
In
Matthias
my
checked it.
opinion, queen can be a scare card for both of these guys, because it's not that unusual that someone would play and call with queen jack pre-flop.
But
Make-
what do you say on Matthias check on the river?
I think he wants to keep the pot down against one of the few players on the table almost equally aggressive as him. I think he's going check call quite quick here. I don't think he's scared of the queen, but now you can see him shrugging, and I think it's because UC puts in a very big size bet.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a huge bet on the river. I think we had 2.5 in the pot and he bets 1.5, and I think Matthias was check calling 1k very quick, and I think he thinks that 1500 is a very big bet. He knows that if he would be wrong, it would take him down to 2.5k, which is a bit under what he started with. Considering his facial expressions, he's definitely not raising here. He's thinking about folding or calling, and I think that I'm very curious what he's saying. I don't know if he's considering the queen being the kicker for UC maybe, and getting him a better jack, or he's putting it on a set or a straight or something, because I mean there are not many other two-pair combos than queen jack. He's asking the dealer to spread the pot so he can see how much it's in the pot. What do you think? Was he snap calling 1k, but he thinks 1.5 is a lot tougher?
1.5 is a tough call, but I think on now he might have some emotional thinking also.
The way I've seen him play in the last 2 days, I mean, that's not a big sample size for me to have any qualified guesses about him, but I said earlier when someone called him in it that he's definitely not in it. And if he's playing anywhere close to when he's been the last few days, unless he is scared to keep losing money, I think he will find the call in the end. I think he's gonna have to find the call.
Yeah, I
Because
think
he knows,
he will find
because
the
he
call.
knows UC can make bluffs on this pot, and he beats, for instance, King Jack, Jack 10. UC check to him 3 times, is gonna bet that river no matter what comes if he has a jack that's worse than his jack. So Hoggy thinks fold. Someone says, or he says it. Matias was doing a lot of the speech though, day one, and every time he actually was speeching like this, then I just remember now, when he was speaking like this and talking about the pot, he always ended up picking up his cards, looking at them in the air, and then folding. So
let's see if your read is right at the moment.
yeah, but my read 1 minute ago was that he's calling. I still think he is calling, but maybe because we are more in a high stakes situation. I think he knows that high stake players are more likely to bluff than not so experienced players, as he was meeting the first day. And I think it was easier to fold, although it's a much bigger amount to call now than he was playing for day one. I think it's an easier laydown against more inexperienced player.
Do you think he's trying to get some information talking like that?
He was doing like this every time there was a big situation day one when he didn't have nothing, or he was like, and this is what I mean today. Now he actually had something all the way to the river. So, and yes, I agree with you, Big Disco Santa. Jussi looks very comfortable, but he's also very experienced, and I think everyone at the table that's full-time players, and we don't know yet if Uno is, but they know that UC is fresh from a 300,000 win in Amsterdam, and that he might afford to splash another pot or two. So meanwhile we have the sponsor logos on the screen: 888 Poker, Olibet,
Following
Nordic
Trio
Bet,
and
and
Nordic
Trio
Bet.
Bet.
Exactly.
Mulle tulee ysittain hyvä, niin mä välttämättä nautin sitä jätkää. Ihan siis voi olla, että mä näyttäisin.
Miksi sanot, että sä oot sairas äijäs? Tota mä mietin.
So Matias standing up, observing the pot from a higher ground. No, he actually folds it.
Mä menin ihan sekaisin.
He's gonna be so disappointed seeing he has the same hand. So I'm gonna take a break for a few minutes here because I got a phone call. I might have to join you back in a few minutes. But meanwhile, Matias folds, and I think he got the information that he had the same hand maybe. And now he's disappointed with himself.
So guys, I'm still here. It was a tough place for Matthias to call for sure, but give us your knowledge. Would you call on that position or not?
Mä ajattelin, että sulla on jätkä kuunkin, mutta eihän sulla ollut.
Mängin punast vastu. Mängisin nagu maailma halju. Ei mulleks nähtud.
We don't know the dealer's name. We can only say that she's from Latvia, helping us out here in Estonia.
Nii.
And Uno have found now the bucket of queens.
Me joskus myös piirsin.
See if we can find any action from there.
Kaikki pillit tuli siihen niinku riveriin.
Nice one, Thunder. Pass, pass.
Mä en tiedä mitä höpsöt maksaa sitä 5-3
So I'm back. Uno, 100 pocket queens.
Mingi tuli mitmegi vaatasin.
Maybe you said that already.
Yep.
fluppasin neli .
Igor calls.
Oh, and Andrew is showing some fully movement with king 4. I think he's feeling that the time is running out. He need to top his play up. So a 3-way on that flop. And the flop is quite low. But the 7 is the top card there for Igor, so he might be around for Uno.
Yeah, the only one we know is not having any piece of this is Henry.
If he doesn't want to start
You
act
pronounce
playing.
it Henry or more
Henry.
like Henry without an
Henry.
H? Okay,
Henry.
I think we all know what I mean. When Hoagie sees Uno, he is thinking about a card game.
It's a good card game.
That's my read.
I have to accept that.
Hoagie has been screaming Uno a few times in his life. Captain Rapid, no Russian players at the table except for maybe Uno. We don't know where he is from.
Uno name is Estonian name. He's full Estonian, I'm pretty sure.
You think?
Looking at him, I would say that.
Twitch stream running at least another hour. Play his set to finish at 2 a.m. local time, which is 45 minutes from now, and since we're on a 15-minute delay, we are always running until 2:15 local time. But the last few days, the last stream has had another between 15 and 25 minutes extra added on because we usually start late due to technology testing and stuff, and players being late, as players always are. At least an hour, I would say, maybe an hour and a half if you guys are lucky and want more action. But definitely not later than just before 3 a.m. local time, which is 2 a.m. for most of you watching.
So Igor is raising up Uno here. Uno is calling that. We see the river card now.
So he clicked it.
9. Is he getting some more?
So a lot of flop combos with an 8 reaching the straight here on the river. 7-8, 6-8, pocket 8s. Is Uno going check call? Where is he gonna be?
I don't see him calling actually. I think. So Uno is checking, yes.
And Igor is probably
Check also. I don't see really Igor betting on that pot anymore.
unless he feels that's the only way to win it.
osata Omahaa niinku käsillä.
6.
To be fair, would you check it straight from Uno's position? No, you wouldn't.
No.
So I think Igor knows that Uno doesn't have a straight. Question is, if he
600
can-
I think is too little bet.
Yeah, it was
Maybe it
2.3
might
or
show
2.2
like
and if-
I want you to come in, but I don't see Uno holding here for sure. Depends what Igor was thinking that Uno might have.
what, 600 into 2.2 or 2.3 is a bit more than 25%.
Semmonen vaan niinku painetaan kooliin.
I'll tell you that much, guys, that in the next days of activities we will have another big player joining us.
Anta vielä semmosen saisin siihen riveriin.
I'm talking about me.
I'm talking about Frederick.
So what happened? Uno called and won on the river. He
Yes.
didn't raise, and he breaks in a nice pot of 3.5k
I
euro.
don't see really a value from raising there, because
No,
you
of
only
course
get
not.
called from better hands.
Yeah, of course. There are a lot of 2 pairs and sets that might have to call a small raise here, but anyway, Uno keeps stacking up.
And there's the chip count. Yus is still leading with 12.6k. Following him, Henry, slow player with 8.1k.
queen carry carry.
So guys, let us know, what do you think so far of the game? Have there been action what you have been waiting for?
mul on ise siuke kunn, tuleb mingi kuradi 7 kõrge.
And who are you cheering for the most?
Fold.
Henry has found ace king now on small blinds.
150.
Matthias raised it, I think it's straddle with ace 7 suited, so he won't go anywhere from that pot.
700, 700.
tegelikult, vabandust, ma võtan tagasi.
Fold.
aga võib-olla oleks võitud liiga palju siis.
Good to know, Hagi.
Fold.
Ploppi peale.
Fold.
So Henry raised to 700 and Jussi have called with 5-3 suited. And what a flop we have. Trips for Jussi.
400.
Henry opening it up with a bet of 400. Will be interesting to see what Jussi will do here. He will just go.
Fold.
Yes.
Check.
Thank you, Big Disco Santa, for the feedback. We're trying to do the best for you guys. 36 and Henry has checked now, showing him quite behind of that hand. Depends what Jussi is thinking to do now. He wants to get something out from that, but I'm pretty sure that after that bet Henry will be folding.
1600.
And that's what just happened. So guys who are following us for the third straight day, who have just joined us, maybe first day, then tomorrow 7 p.m. we will start again. And we will have, I will just say in a second, what games do we have tomorrow. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. we will start with 2-2 blinds PLO, and following after that at 22:30 there will be 5-10 no limit hold'em. So more action coming for sure, and we can see our sponsors here. So guys, who is tired of watching us from the stream, you're good to join us in Olympic Casino at Olympia Hotel Radisson SAS. We're running for the whole weekend 24/7. We have cash tables downstairs, different blinds, different games,
Fold.
also TV table possibility. Just put your name up and you might be the next badass guy in the TV stream.
Fold. Fold. Nelimängijad, 4 players. Jah. 100.
So we are here four-handed on the flop with a 2-3-9. Pretty blank. Uno hits the top pair though.
275.
Let's see if he can get something out from it, but let's see. Oh, Mark have raised it up to 275. Don't see Uno leaving that pot. Good old friends Uno and Mark, who didn't watch us before. Then Uno cracked Mark's jack with pocket of tens. Got a river straight, went all in on turn. The turn club of fours, diamond of fours gives Mark more outs. 11 outs showing us the graphics. Uno is betting 200. Pretty sure that Mark would just be calling here. and actually he raised to 675. Seems I'm not that good reader as our good colleague Bjorn is.
7 veel tuleks
Still don't see Uno leaving that pot, and yes,
Excuse me.
he is calling.
I can also have one. Actually,
The pot is 2.2k now. Let's see what the river brings us.
And let's spice the pot with some Bjorn on the turn.
And it is a diamond. So Mark have taken that pot now. Let's see how much he can actually get out from Uno.
So So I was gone here for a few minutes. Maybe I should ruin the pot here. We can finish it before I tell you what
So Uno is betting 700 to that pot. We're gonna see a raise for sure. Mark wants to get some of the action back what he lost before.
I'm not sure he is raising.
Really?
Uh,
Maybe he's reading out. There's a good possibility for a straight. He wants to get value.
True that, but there are also 2 cards for better flush. If he's unlucky. Depends on. No, he's always. You're right. So I'm the nit.
alustasid ka õigusega
I didn't check stack size. So Uno has been playing a bit unconventional when it comes
Actually,
to check
really
calling
good all in from Mark, and I'm pretty sure Uno will be calling that actually. So Mark have a good chance to get his
Yeah, I
some of
just-
the chips back here.
I just realized the stack sizes here, that it's not much left. If he would have called, he would have only had a set of 100, something like that, so no point in just calling actually. Because if he would... Yeah, whoever
Yep,
called.
there's the call. And Mark takes that pot.
Flush key,
Mais?
Lore, diamond flush, extra nice.
Yeah, but it's not
Sparkly
now
diamond
Uno said
flush.
he has
So
one
I left you guys for 5 minutes again. First time I left you for a few minutes, I had to answer a phone call, and I got some information that I have to sort out a player
Every sleep ends the same as flop.
by helping him get a room,
Uno
because
bet,
yeah,
not raised. Uno
something
bet,
was wrong
not
with the
raised.
registrations. So I left for 5 minutes sorting out the room, and now I'm back. And like Andrew said here, it's one player we might actually see at the live features within the next 2 days. He's staying here until Sunday, and he is here for cash game action.
A guy from Finland. He's bringing some action. Pretty sure of that.
Yeah, what can you tell about him? What do you know?
I actually don't know much from poker-wise. I know that he's playing a lot of poker. Been working with him together
Yep.
in Finland for a month maybe. So that's when I meet this guy, and
And what's his full name?
his name is Frederick Sitting.
So, if you guys hear that
With
name,
a C like a sorrow. Set,
if you guys see that name within,
set like sorrow.
okay, yeah, Zitting, yeah, I have 15 mutual friends with him, and I bet a few of them are Swedes. Kalle, Åland, half of Åland.
75 full.
Aaro Valkila, Minna, Ola Brandborg, Simon Stenmark, Rickard Lander.
100.
Stefan Eriksson.
Stefan Eriksson.
Oh, he lived here once, didn't he?
I don't know. Actually, I met Stefan Eriksson on
of
this
Franke's
summer's
friends,
this summer's slow ball race.
Oh yeah, yeah. Since we're name dropping, another Franke project, Slowball. Check slowball.eu, I think it is.
Yes,
If you're
some
interested in
interesting.
driving slow cars all around Europe.
And I have
The
to say,
total
it's
opposite of Gumball.
wonderful, wonderful experience. I will recommend everybody to join slow ball. Next year it will be more awesome from Finland to Sweden.
And yes, he's getting paid to say this. No,
No,
I'm
that's
joking.
not right.
I'm joking. No, but I've heard. I've never. It's not my thing, and but I know a lot of friends that has been joining it and they like it. It's like a social little 5-day vacation. You drive around, and the main is not main. It's like a opposite take of Gumball. If people know that, it's where you should drive from A to B as quick as possible.
And
And here it's more or less try to get your car to work from A to B.
exactly, you have to get to the last position,
And
destination.
yeah, throughout the days you stop and you have activities and competitions, and you can win prizes and a lot of partners, and it's also an art project.
Yeah, all the cars are done by famous artists.
So, one of your viewers have given up on us, watching series instead after a evening out, networking, listening, checking in on the poker stream, and then giving up watching series. Bad. Should be here supporting us throughout the night.
So guys, we have 30 minutes left. Let's see what the action can make us to the last minutes. Hopefully we will see the biggest pot
45
so
minutes
far.
actually. 30 plus our 15 delay,
Alright, 45 minutes, that's good.
at least. I'm going over 1 hour on this. Yes,
Sorry?
I think we're gonna be here for another hour, but we'll see.
I don't mind.
tal on mingi õpiku see lehekülg tuli meelde.
tal on see, mis see all, see kasiinos
Have to stop
starting hands
eating grapes.
see tabel jah.
It's good, it's vitamins.
It is, but I see UC has pocket sevens, and that's one of my favorite pocket pairs.
Really?
ei, ma tahtsin öelda, et kui mul
I have to say mine is 8, so I beat you every
ei
time.
mängi jah. See oli
Except
Free
for
flop.
except for when I suck out.
Yeah, pre-flop I beat you every time at least.
ma tegin eile sama loll.
So, I made a grand entrance, by the way, when I came back after sorting out the room. So if we're lucky, and the camera guys got that, I did something stupid I already regret on my way in.
Okay, so guys,
in,
let's be waiting if we can
in 8
see
or
it.
10 minutes, maybe we'll see me making an ass out of myself. No, wasn't that bad, but put it this way, I didn't walk in straight. So we'll see if they caught that, or if I get away with it. So, a lot of hands.
You can see that the UC stack is already up to 13.8k.
No, it's not. I'm still claiming that they have 2.5k going on.
Maybe from the side pot what he had previously.
Because those big plaques he has are 1,000 each. The black ones are 100 each, and the yellow ones are 500. Hogge says that Henry reminds me of Jens Jadbeck. Yeah, Jens Jadbeck's younger brother, maybe. But I see your point. I think actually people could Google that name and see the similarities.
So another pocket of 7s on the game. This time for Opto.
I think I'll have to show Andrew who Jens Jadbeck is.
Of course.
And I think you'll see quite quick that he sees some
It is a little
similarities
bit
with Henry.
similar.
nagu suurt panka ei tule.
So, flop, 9, 5, deuce, 2 clubs. Henry flops the nut flush draw. Igor flops a hit when he has pocket 5s, or pair of 5s now. Sorry. We have a lot more in the flop than it should be with those two hands at the moment.
vaata, mina tõmban 5 eurosega, tema
Graphic saying 1.5k going to the turn. And it pairs the board with deuces. Henry still having the nut flush draw. Igor now bettering his hand to 2 pair. River gets Henry there, but not with a flush, but he hits the ace. And Igor checks, afraid of the 9, the deuce, and the ace, I guess. And even better 5s. Henry goes for the kill with a 600 euro bet.
had also trouble with Uno's room.
Okay. I mean, they said they're
But it's
really
At first they wanted 140, then somebody wanted 155 for some weeks reason, and he got it for 90.
Yeah, but there was like really a lot of people downstairs. Don't fall off, they said.
Good one. Ah.
So Aro straddles ace 7 of diamonds, or has ace 7 of diamonds in his straddles. Eagle with the same suit. Oh, 9 deuce.
Miks sa mingi 5-ga ei tulnud jälle? Tule on.
Opts
Mun
to
aitab
call.
kõigile, siis ta trigger äss.
Maybe we can wish for 3 diamonds on the flop.
Uno. Maksa natukene veel.
We only get 1. Aro picking up overcard gut shot.
Ah,
Igor with lower end gut shot.
nice.
Both check quick, and we see a 6 pairing the board on the turn.
Mul oli nagu see
And
suitsetas
Aro
luges.
Mul ei olnud kahjuks isegi seda, mis
Mul oli see boonus, mul oli boonussuit.
check and a quick fold from Igor.
Mul oli seal see ristid. Ei.
see on ikka boonus.
The businessman.
Drinking.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Let's see what action brings the next hand.
Fold. Raise 150, 150, fold.
saatsin sulle alla sõnumi, et olgu mängida asja.
Telekast, ärge seda kätt maha. Uno veel tõmmata.
nüüd on tasa. Okei, nüüd hakkame uuesti mängima. All saame nullist pihta. Tegelikult päris nullist ei saa, sest mul reebisid sinna ka ikka paar korda päris auku nagu suuremaks vaadata seal all.
Uno.
Enam ei ole.
Uno räägib.
Nagu me just
Edasi saavad nad. Oled mänginud veel mõni päev? Kavas on 50 veel loos, aga ma mõtlesin, et kui täna on nii normaalne see, noh, et see 10-25 on, et see ei ole normaalne. Et me võib-olla teeks homme ka selle. Uno, mis sa arvad? Et teeme võib-olla homme ka 10-25 teeks sama palju.
What have I missed?
Haven't missed much. No big action so far.
I tried to ask the guys how long we are going on, but they haven't made the final decision yet. So we'll see in a while.
Ara, üks veel.
Mingid PLO vennadest läksid ära ka.
So
See on, ma arvan, see on palju normaalselt vaatajatele
I
kõigile.
think we have to figure out something fun to do with the chat. I don't know. It's been very quiet there last 20 minutes.
Guys, hopefully you're not sleepy, because we have still more than 30 minutes of action coming up in the game.
Jah, aga samas kui mingi tegelikult on reaalselt mängid kella 12.
We are drinking water.
Kui mängid kella 12,
That's the answer for Hoggy.
see mul ongi jama, et nüüd
It's still
And I see another new name.
ma peaks nagu ise ka
Ontario Scholar. Cranberry juice. Not my favorite, but maybe mixed with something. But I don't think we have cranberry juice here though.
And guys woke up. Good to see, guys.
So no, it's your
Because you are the
birthday.
guys who are holding us actually up here. So give us out your shouts and let us know that you're with us here.
Good to know with that we have close to 200 degenerates staying up at almost 2 a.m. in the morning watching a live stream from Tallinn that they have no part of at all. Commentators going hard. Ontario Scholar, I don't know. Are we? We're not going that hard actually, but It's Friday night, and why no straddle? There are actually a few straddles every now and then. So you actually are in Ontario, I guess, if it's not late where you are. Here it's closing in on 2 a.m. And yes, the game is running in Estonia, in the capital of Estonia, to be more precise, Tallinn. Hoge, yes, you are sad. Don't call everyone sad just because you are. But I see your point. Poker viewers and poker players are degenerates in general, and staying up watching a live stream Friday night or turning
Dream
out to be
come
Saturday
true.
morning is not what most people would be doing, to be fair. But
I have to say I enjoy my time here.
yeah, of course, we love the game, and hopefully we're providing some type of entertainment, although we are not.
And Uno is trying to get
Full-time
that bot with a
commentators.
bot bet, over bot bet. So he bet on a 1k bot 1.2k. And Igor is folding a winning hand. Is Uno gonna show that? Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he is. Oh, and Henry loves it.
Always Henry loves that action.
I know. This is the one I know.
Matthias likes that.
Ta ütles, et see on nagu tuttavuga.
So Vivian back on the stream, or back on me, back in the
see kes
stream.
nahka teeb kõigile.
You see playing 13.7 according to the graphics, and we have to feed the floor. Otto has been fairly quiet since joining the game. I think he's waiting for a premium to get it in.
just ootasin, et tuleks mõni suurem kaart sisse.
70-75. Fold,
We have
fold, fold.
a lot of crappy hands out. Igor picking up the queen jack of diamonds from cutoff. Matthias puts in a raise, king 10 offsuit.
S10. There's no queue actually. There might be a queue, but everybody can sign up for the TV table. If there's a queue, you will be on the line also. If there's no queue, you will be get to the table. So if you have a fast plane, taxi, car, whatever, get your ass here and show us some action.
Hoge dates are probably set for June, but to be fair, we don't know them. I guess the organizers know the exact dates since they've been negotiating with.
But all the information
Casinos,
will
but-
be up in cashgamefestival.com. So look there time to time and you will see exactly the information where we'll be next. Better off go and like on our Facebook page, Cash Game Festival, and you will get all the latest news. Matthias taking that pot, 1.1k.
Oh, forever 21 peale vaadates 21. See kirjas.
järelikult.
Oleks see vaik. Oleks see vaik.
So I think maybe we have a few new viewers, so we
Ei asi.
maybe it's time again to mention Ranking Hero, that has been providing the players with the chance here, and still are providing them with the chance to win accommodation for 2 in London at the Asper's Casino at the next stop of the Cash Game Festival. And the players at this table can qualify through 2 ways: by winning the most amount of big blinds on this 10-25 game, accumulating the most big blinds throughout the week, and everyone at the feature table, no matter what blinds, can accumulate the same type of a race here. And yeah, the player with the most amount of big blinds won relative to what they've been playing is going to win the first prize. And then we have a 7 deuce game running. Players winning with a 7 deuce get to sign up how many big blinds they have, and Ranking Hero and the casino are keeping track of how many big blinds they've won with that, and the winner with it.
I think it's
7
200. Ah, you're
200 is the
talking
lead
about
at the moment. Yeah.
just the stack size. It's not the 7-2 race. Or maybe the 7-2 race was actually 200.
No, it's 200.
blinds,
Yeah.
yes.
It was a yeah, the leader has 200 big blinds, won with 7 deuce so far. If nothing else has happened down at the tables today, but after 2 days, the leader had 200 big blinds, won with 7 deuce. And it was in a 5-10 game, and he picked up a 2k pot on the river. Flopping an open-ended, straight draw, turning the straight, and I think getting paid off by a set or something like that. So
Paavo rääkis õudusjutte sellest, kurat, Uno jälle tuleb, hakkab kortsutab 500,
anyway, we see the ace queen 3 flop with 2 hearts. You see playing the ace 8 off suit, and in huge favorite after the flop, since he's covering Matthias kicker to the 3. Matthias drawing for 2 3s on the river to win this hand, or actually 1. Graphics say 1, so one of the players had a 3. And Matthias takes a stab at it. The only way he knows how to win pots, to take a stab at them. And he's been quite successful with it today. You see, with the ace 8 off, defending.
Not easy to get rid of.
No. These two players have been playing a lot of heads up pots last hour.
Wow.
And he actually finds the 3.
So this time he's getting the 1-outers.
Yeah, this is gonna be... I don't see UC calling the turn and not paying off the river.
This hand
If he
for
believes
UC
in
might be
if he
good.
believes in his hand on the turn, he believes in his hand on the river, I would say. And Matthias, I don't know if he said a verbal bet or he showed
He
some
was
fingers.
checking the pot.
Ah, okay, sorry.
So if he puts UC on ace, then I can see near the 2,000 euro pot.
Yeah,
bet
UC
actually.
has been over betting himself, and Matthias has been betting hard earlier this week. So I think in the range of 1,500 to 2k, yeah. The other hand, it looks very strong to bet 2k out of 3.1, which you have left. So maybe it's more of a 1,500 or an all-in situation here. Hoping, praying that UC has an ace queen or ace king or anything else he could pay off with. He is picking up.
Wow. Are the yellow chips
Yellows
for
are
1,000?
500.
Okay. Then it's gonna be near to 1,500 for sure.
No, more.
An
And he gets
insta
a
call
snap
from
call.
UC.
UC realizing he got 1 or 2 out on the river. Probably would be even more disgusted knowing that it was only 1-3 left in the deck for that hand to go the other way. Otto having a laugh. Friend of Matthias.
The bet was 1.9k.
Yeah.
Nice pot for Matthias. Can't give you much info for the brief flop. The flop was, I'm pretty sure Matthias was the raiser. But
So
we
who
have
wa-
guys watching the game, so they will
So
give
who
us
was
some
it
good
earlier?
information.
Who was it earlier actually calling Matthias a nit?
Yeah, it was the father base.
Yeah, it was.
But come on, we all can say that. And now UC have become smaller with 10.4k.
Matthias having a smile on his face, actually seeing some plays going his way for the first time in 3 days.
Yeah, it's good to see that at least.
think he's close to being the biggest winner of the day now, isn't he?
Yes, he
He
has
started with
7.8k,
3,000 and
so
he's almost 5k up. And I think Henry bought him for more than 3k.
yes, but
So-
Henry have been really playing quite slow game today. Was waiting
Depending-
more action from that guy.
Depending on actually if the stack size is correct on UC, then I think they're pretty much dead even, but I'm still thinking that UC has 2 or 2.5 less than it says. Because I see 5 or 6 big plaques and they're 1k each. I don't see many yellow ones. I see 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6.5k with the flags and yellow, and then a decent amount of black chips. So I really don't think that he has over 10,000.
So that's from the previous
Split pot situation.
split
yeah.
pot, where actually I think they have put 2k more for.
Yeah.
But now Henry with the queen jack against Uno's king jack. What can this bring on the table?
Jack high flop. hopefully.
That will give us some action. But the flop is very, very low.
Check to Uno. With the
Seeing
option.
Uno being really playing off the hands, see Henry fast falling as we just saw. So easy win for Uno. Now we can see Hoggy's chewing up for Uno.
So our viewer from the Czech Republic, or based in Czech Republic, is saying that they haven't given up on us.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Checking in between series and stream.
We are
So,
shouting out for them.
Yeah. Well, it's a good way to learn if you're going to pursue your poker career next.
Exactly. But I see some action coming to the game while Mark having ace jack suited, Otto with a pocket of 9s, and Uno following up with king queen off.
See if the Nit Matthias will do something fishy on the button here with 6-3 off.
Would be nice.
I think if we have an early call in the
We have already followed the band.
yeah, I know.
5, 7,
It was wishful thinking.
So Mark have raised it up to 575. Don't see Otto falling any near. Yussi is watching his cards. That's secret for us. And actually, 9s have put down. Interesting fact.
Rauno visiting us, checking in, looking
Mr. Rauno.
suited up, ready to go out. Maybe, I don't know. Play like Uno, hashtag winning. All in pre, question mark.
So
What
Yussi have
lines they
called.
playing? So
Don't know
Kojo,
if the graphic mistake, but I think Yussi might have 9s.
okay. I'm just gonna answer Kojo's question, even if Hoge has. We are playing 10-25 euro blinds. A lot of the players are straddling 50. Not all of them though.
Flop is 6 king 10. Uno hits his top pair.
Mark with a gut shot. Needs a queen if he keeps playing the hand.
700.
Yussi is firing up here. So guys, we are playing a game. What do you think Yussi is having behind his hiding guards?
Oh, 2 big plaques coming from Uno. 2.2k raise to use his bet, and
Thanks to bot.
a very quick fold from Yussi.
So the 9s must be right, I would say.
Maybe, yeah.
Because he wants to check what others have by raising there, but any raise coming over, he will be folding very fast.
ei, nad tahavad ikkagi alla, nad tahavad selle ruumi siin kinni panna.
see läheb ööseks nagu lihtsalt kinni.
Ja
is on a roll. You're right, Huggy.
et isegi need lagud
Pass. 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 No.
So maybe time to post some links for you guys to follow to help us out in the future for better games, for better events and better festivals. We'll start off by posting the Twitter link for you guys out there, and girls obviously as well, having Twitter. Please follow us. We're also going to give you Cash Game Festival Facebook.
Very interesting hand here. You see, raised it to 100 with 9-3, and Otto quick call it 6-3. So hello, Pietu. This festival is going for a whole weekend. It was a 5-day festival. We are finishing up after Sunday, so Sunday will be the last day. Everybody who are in Tallinn or near to Tallinn, you're welcome to join us. Cash Game Festival is going on for a whole weekend. 24/7 Cash Game tables open. We have more than 15 tables downstairs. We are at Olympic Casino in Olympia Hotel Radisson SS. So guys, join us for the fun. We will be there for sure.
Yeah, we might add we are not live streaming 24/7, although the cash games are running 24/7. We are
Yes.
live streaming from 7 p.m. local time every evening, so 6 p.m. Central European time.
Yes.
And Ontario time, I have no clue, but maybe our viewer from Ontario can help us with that. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun hands the last 2.5, 3 days. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more action both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday might be a bit more drinking at the table, I have a feeling. We're going to play lower stakes.
Then
and
we might see our old
Saturday
friends Frank and Simon there, spicing things up.
Yeah, it would be fun to see Frank actually at the cash end table.
These guys are the one who were starting up the Cash Game Festival. First day there was a 2-2 PLO, and these guys were doing some crazy moves, I have to say. It was full of action. Mark have hit here a flush, while Aro having ace.
We can understand when you talk like slowly.
Let's see if Mark can get something out from here, and we have a chance to see our flush, straight flush.
Yeah. Aro actually having no way to win this hand, but might be thinking he has the top pair and open-ended straight draw. Although he's not going to be too aggressive with it, with 3 clubs out.
Aro
Mark.
raised with a
Mark
fast
playing the
call
nuts.
by Mark.
Mark playing the heads-up nuts.
That card will send Aro away. I think both of the players will check that boat.
But it could also scare Mark, because now he can lose to
It goes
any
for a
club.
check.
Yeah. Aro thinking that he could actually have taken a stab on that now when he sees the 7-5 of clubs, realizing that he could represent a lot of clubs that would beat Mark's straight flush. Sorry. Brown in the background again, now wearing a jacket to his blue and white collared shirt. Our next request is that he wears a black hat.
Let's
and
see if it happens.
maybe a walking stick or a cane to round off. If we would be wearing that in here, we would sweat away.
That's true. It's quite warm up here.
So, we have 7-6 suited, we have 7-6 offsuit, 5-4 offsuit, 5 deuce offsuit, queen 10 offsuit, 10-3 offsuit. And my guess is we are going to see a flop of 2 players.
So that's the fast Fast thinking of for commentator Bjorn. Let's see what's gonna happen. Mark have raised it up to 300 and I'm pretty sure I will be going here. And you're
No,
not
I
right
was
this
wrong.
time. Pretty close one, I have to say. I was believing on you.
For people asking about graphics guy in the blue sweater walking past looking, he's one of the two people working with the stream and graphics actually.
Maris, I'm pretty sure the clips will be coming up after the festival, and this clip will be there also, because that was one hard fold.
But, correction, she didn't fold it pre-flop at all.
Yes,
She folded it on the river with...
in turn, on turn. She
Turn.
folded on turn, yes.
It was 100 or 180 or 190 euros in the pot. She had made a call on the flop, I think, and she only had 28 euros or something left in a pot of 180. And the guy before her knew that she was very inexperienced, and although knowing she was playing 30 euros, I think made a high verbal bet of 700, which we all know is all in for Anastasia, and I think she maybe, I don't know, she might have thought that she first of all was beaten, but yeah, that she might have to add chips to call, I don't know. We are not even sure if she has played poker before other than that it's
She have played only
tested
for online.
Yeah.
see pult.
Any of these guys familiar players on Poker Stars? I would guess that UC is fairly well known. I don't know it though. UC, as we said earlier, has almost $2 million in live winnings. Recently won the Master Classics in Amsterdam for 300,000 euros with a 4,000 euro buy-in, I think it was. So he's a very experienced player, both live and online.
And we can see in the game that Igor have flopped a high pair with queen jack, and Henry folds ace-7 easily here.
Yeah, Henry's not going out of line at all at this table.
And our sponsors, 888 Live, Olibet, Nordic Bet and Trio Bet. Also we have there one more sponsor who is a pretty big one for us,
Yeah, Ranking Hero.
Ranking Hero.
I'm not going to repeat the competitions because we did it fairly recently, but go to rankinghero.com, sign up for a free account, give the developers and the website some feedback because they're trying to build a new and fresh poker community and they're growing really quick. And yeah, I don't think we can say much more at the moment.
But
And if
we can
anyone
see
needs
some
a
action time on the table.
Yeah, if anyone needs a link in the chat, I'll provide you with it any second.
That's kind. And we have three players with Uno, pocket of deuces, Otto following up ace queen off, and Ara with an ace king off. So who you think might have the best chance here? The percentage wise say that ace king is leading with 38%, following Uno with 36 and
Now
Otto with 25.
knowing the if I was sitting there knowing the hands, I would opt in for pocket deuces.
But the game is over. Someone took that flop pre-flop.
Yeah,
That pot pre-flop. So Uno have raised, Otto called, Ara called.
this means our estimate was wrong. They
Okay, so
actually-
this is the last hand actually, guys.
that means our estimate was wrong. They actually finished up 10 to 2 instead of playing until 2, and we thought we would be here to at least 2:15. Anyways, 964.
Uno
Rainbow.
feeling really good.
I don't think he's feeling really good, but knowing the cards, he should be feeling really good. But he actually takes a stab at it with a bet of 200 into 800, and Aro making a call with a plaque of 1k. Waiting for some change to go his direction. Hoping to catch an ace or king on the turn.
Turn is 3.
Turn is a3. Can Aro be out to pick this pot up?
I don't think Uno will take his speeds back from here because he have also a gut
Snap
shot
call.
now.
Queen on the river.
And it will be check down. And Uno takes the last pot, so Hoggy will be happy here. So guys, we're in the end of the third day of Cash Game Festival. We finished up with the table 10-25 Hold'em.
And the big winners at the table are, I think, Matthias. That has been the big loser for 2 days. And also, if the graphics are right, UC is up. Definitely up, but we don't know how much up he is. Yeah, a few more players have been up and nobody went bust. I think safe to say we're going to see some of them on the other tables the other day. And at the 5-10 table, maybe.
For sure.
So just to round it off, thank you to our partners once again, NordicBet, TrioBet, Olibet, and of course 888 Poker. And like we just said, thank you Ranking Hero. And thank you all for viewing and helping us out and asking questions and having fun with us. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m.
So
Thank
guys,
you from me.
I'm waiting to see all you guys here tomorrow. Reminding that we have cash tables downstairs running 24/7. So all the guys in Tallinn, or if you're near to Tallinn, you're welcome to join the action. Get your half of that. And behalf of me, see you tomorrow.
Bye.